Yes, what is up? Sorry, we're going to be having a later show today than I thought. So we're going to be starting now. 3 hours full of Karen Reed, Charlie Kirk, and Idaho4 case. Yes, first things first. Wow, when I saw this video.
And in that video, you can see the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the
things after I show you this. But if you take nothing else away from this video, you need to see this
thing. And in that video, you can see the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
They're not counting gang violence. Great.
So this video was created by a friend of mine who is a Marine. You'll see him here at the end. This is the angle he is showing the shot coming from, showing where Charlie was sitting, and the angle of the shot, which will correspond with this video here.
Now, want to say, I talked to a lot of people, and a person that I really like to talk with is, I talked to a bunch of people last night and today, and as soon as I saw this, I think I sent it immediately to Mark B, because a couple days prior to all of this, Mark B was like, hey, I think the shooter came from this exact, area that we're going to be discussing. And so I had to send it to him. I'm like, here you go, boy. What do you think? And so love my individual conversations that I have with people. But when I saw this, I was like, this would make sense with a couple different things, which is an exit wound is always bigger than an entry wound, right?
Which unfortunately, we will blur out Charlie's face, but we will show what is necessary to prove that this was an entry and exit wound. So you'll see.
That's what I cared about. Entry, exit. Let's talk about it. Especially all the time that I spent looking and researching the Brian Drake case. So this was very interesting. Once I saw this video, I was like, okay, now my interest has peaked to another level because of actually the Brian Drake case. Like, this is who, hey, let me give you the discovery and parts of it that discuss the Brian Drake shooting. And I would love to see people like this dissect something like that.
See him circle the highlighted area right there. And you'll see the exit wound corresponding after, split second after, as it would from an entry and exit wound. So in this footage, you can clearly see that Charlie is shot from his back right, and there is blood splatter coming out of the entry wound immediately after a shot. The first arc is kind of down as if it's just gushing out from the entry wound. And then the second shot corresponds with when his head kind of snaps forward, that fluid then flips up in relation to that motion. So you can see there's that second splatter flipping up into the air. This is something that I hadn't seen to this date. I saw this for the first time late in the evening yesterday, and I decided that this needed to be put out immediately because no one that I know of is talking about this. So big shout out to my friend who actually found this and created this video. You'll see him here in just a moment, but let's just one more time look at this shot. You see bullet comes in.
Whoa.
In that circled area. You have the blood splatter go down, then up, and then immediately after, you see the exit right here with the skin being pierced, and then the exit wound emerges. And again, that is not a far distance for a bullet to travel, whatever the caliber is, whether it be 5.56, 308, 30-06. It's not even a debate at this point. It doesn't matter what caliber killed him. What matters is that the official narrative is not true. Again, whether the FBI knows or not that they're lying, but this is 100% conclusive evidence that Charlie Kirk was shot in the back of the head, and It exited through the front of his throat. All of the evidence points to Charlie being shot from his back right. Now, including this little blood splatter that we can see here against the white backdrop, the extreme hemorrhaging from the front of his neck, which again corresponds with an exit wound, the extreme loss of blood. No matter what the caliber is, that distance, that amount of meat is not enough for most bullets to expand. I mean, 99.9% of bullets will not expand in that short distance. Most of them require 12 to 14 to 16 inches even sometimes of tissue to expand properly. Also, Charlie tensing up correlates and proves that he was hit in his spine. That's a spinal injury. Any of the game that I've shot in the neck or in the high vitals where you impact the spine, the game usually drops right in its tracks because you sever the spinal cord. This is, again, exactly what we see with Charlie. He tenses up. His head movement also correlates with being shot in the back of the head. His head snaps forward, and then he tenses up, and you see him fade away, drop the mic. And
all right, so before I continue on, I want to know what you guys think here in live chat. So for me, when I saw this,
and was absolutely traumatized.
It was compelling about the spinal cord for me. It was really compelling with, the whole tensing up, but want to see what you guys think in the chat. So we're going to go to some of the chatters here. Great comment here. There's so much disinformation out there. Everyone has an opinion. It's confusing. Now, this guy has a YouTube channel. He has 175,000 subs. 175,000. This video, which he put out 24 hours ago, has 3.5 million views. Okay. I was like, I check a lot of things. So I get what people are saying. Lana, the coroner, said he did not have an exit wound. They found the bullet barely underneath his skin. I get people can say, whatever. We're watching this. What do you guys think? Is this a bunch of shit? Here's Murky Piglet. Yes, that there is no way his body stopped the bullet. Human bone would explode / fracture. Yeah. Yeah, they said that he's Superman. He's Superman for the love of God. That video was horrific. Big fucking deal what some narrative pusher said. I'm just curious about this video. What do you think about this video in terms of the shot coming from that angle? What do you think? Lana, did you get my Gmail? Are you fucking serious? WB, I'm sorry. If you could see my emails right now. No, my morning was taken up by Ray, and then my afternoon fled into the morning. It continued. So thank you, Duckman. I think that this video is really compelling. I think it makes more sense than the original story. I agree with Jennifer right there. I'm just saying that I don't know how this video differs because I'm trying to find the original source of this video, because what I think is the most compelling part of the video is what's happening by Charlie's neck as the bullet's entering over here on the opposite side, or like it's going through his head rather, is that whatever this is this video doctored, because it's right here.
Traumatizing video footage, and I'm sorry to have to show you guys this again. Was absolutely traumatizing.
Right here.
And then he tenses up, and you see him fade away, drop the mic, and was absolutely
okay. Now, I just think what would solve a lot of us speculating, right, is they had all of those cameras up right in front of him. Okay, why are we examining anything from cameras that aren't? He's obviously having his own cameras for his own, show that he does on his the Charlie Kirk show. So why aren't we just, hey, every video I've ever seen, there's all of these other cameras. Plus there's a camera that's I believe behind him up facing down. Anyways, continuing
traumatizing video footage, and I'm sorry to have to show you guys this again, but this needs to be seen and talked about because this is going to be suppressed in the algorithm. So make sure you share this with any of your friends.
He says it's going to be suppressed in the algorithm. This got 3.5 million hits in a one day. Actually, it had 1.7. I saw it relatively quickly. I thought when I saw within 7 hours, 1.7 million. And then now, I shared it, I think last night. I wanted people to look at it because this was going to be a talking point today. 3.5 million viewers.
Friends, your family members, save this video, whatever you need to do. So this video was actually provided to the channel by a friend of mine who is a Marine, and I forgot to show you the end of the video here. So this is my friend who actually made the video. I want to just give him a shout out. I will link his socials down in the description below. Again, he is the one who brought this to my attention. This is his video. He created this. He did the drawings on it, and he sent it to me to allow me to use it to show you guys what we're talking about.
I think it's
So he says, I have been shot many times, 3 times to be exact, and I know exit and entry wounds. I have extensive firearms training inside the Marines and the civilian world as well. It appears that Charlie was shot in the back right side of his head, and the bullet exited through his neck. The moment I saw the video and he tensed up, I thought, that looks like a headshot given the fact that he seized up. It is very common. It is a very common occurrence with a headshot. So this dude, of all people, would know what an entry and exit wound looks like on his own body, literally up close in 4K HD, as they say. So if anyone is qualified to talk about it, it is this.
God, I have been shot many times, 3 times, and I know exit entry wounds 3 times to be shot. Candace Owens' video from this evening, which I'm going to go over, has a lot of information about this. Speculation, of course, but someone witnessed a shooter dressed in tactical gear with smaller gun. It's like if they could lie to us about the John JFK, okay, back in, when was that? What was it? 70, in the 70s, right? 60s? Was it 68? I don't fucking know. Anyways, point being is that they did it then in, there you go, 63. I was going to say 68. Why was I saying 68? Oh, because my mom was born maybe in 68. My dad was born in 68. And they were young. Okay, there you go. 1963. Thank you. My brain. So, point being is that was in front of everybody. They lied to everybody, right? And I've always said history repeats itself. And and this is like, it's happening in front of our faces. They're lying to us. It's the same type of like, we have no problem lying to you. How can we make it though? Everybody has phones. Everybody has this. Like, how could nobody, like, how are we going to prevent somebody that could possibly have a camera to catch something? Well, I don't know. I feel like that's like the Las Vegas shooter all over again, you know? And then you got some guy running around saying, it's me.
Dude, he's a super cool guy. So please go ahead and check him out. And I really appreciate him coming from here down through here. Okay. You see the blood right here dripping out of his head from the entry wound.
Woo!
And the bullet is coming from here down through here. Okay. Hit play. And there it goes.
What do you think?
So again, I wanted to confirm the footage I had seen originally was not, in fact, doctored in any way. So you can see it here as well. A little piece down there, and it actually goes up a little bit off frame.
What do you guys think about that? I said, well, I'm curious with the canopy that was over him. Is this even possible? Okay. And then someone says, what pushes up his shirt? That's why I like the one video that's showing that if it was to hit, if it was here and it hit and it, but I was like, it doesn't seem like there's no tear in his shirt. So, I was like, it's just, yes, I do believe they are lying about the circumstances surrounding his killing. Thank you, Elizabeth. One J-Man says, or just Jay says, one of the guys was compressing the right side of his head by the ear while carrying him to the SUV. That's interesting. Veronica says, not to mention Charlie Kirk said he didn't believe who they said shot JFK and that we were lied to. He had a show on JFK 5 months ago. Now Tara says the shot was from the front. All the evidence points to it. Okay. Are you saying the gun was the camera behind him? What the fuck? No, Bogart, you just said that. Not me. 1968 was MLK. Thank you. There we go. Sweet and Salty says you have to follow the energy of the body movement. It follows trajectory. I would agree with that, right? But it comes down to, are these videos in any way, shape, or form doctored for me? You know? So I'm just curious if you think something has been doctored here. But I found this pretty fucking compelling. True Crime Crashing Out says Erica wants that 150 million from BB. She's 100% in on this. Oh my God. I got to highlight that. This does not come from me. Erica wants, there's a reason I want to explain that for a second, that I have to highlight things and say them and really hone in on saying this is a live chatter saying this, because you would be amazed at how people will try to cut, copy, cut things out of your video and say, oh, Lana said blah, blah, blah. Nah, bitch. Lana highlights now and emphasizes. So this is from True Crime Crashing Out, like the name. Erica wants that 150 million from BB. Bebe. Just kidding. Get him that shirt. She's 100% in on this, says True Crime Cashing Out. She announced today she's taking over their organization. I think that she announced it before, but the guy with this video looked up the original for doctoring and says, nope. Yep. I've looked into that as well. So the microphone is that piece to the left, you guys. That's what that black dot is. That's just the mic that he was wearing. Candace said that she saw the video from behind that was dismantled and she saw no blood. No blood, what? Like even from his neck? I was going to go to that today. You guys, I have been doing way too much today. Way too much that I did not think I was going to be doing. So that's why tonight you guys get me. I don't believe that Candace Owens comes out on her channel and just lies to the community. But that there's camera footage of somebody getting up and making sure that they got whatever the heck was up top, whether it's a camera. Let's just say we're not even going to call it a camera. There is something on the back, okay, up above Charlie, right? Somebody gets up there and it's so important for them to get this piece, whatever this is back there, they get it. And it's very, I don't know, suspicious, I guess you could say. So Tara says that Candace hasn't seen shit. Tara's just going after it. Nothing half-assed says, I get a little concerned whenever religion is driving force in anything political. I get a little concerned about political stuff, period. You know? JC, the music man, says the strangest part is blood pours straight down out of the neck. Yeah. And well, if you guys have ever seen, I don't know, I have a copy of the actual video before people got to posting it and blurring everything out. It's pretty bad. So let's just finish up with this last piece here. And
I'm here from my screen recording. So you can see clearly entry, exit, then, you know, of course, the part we can't show here on YouTube. So irrefutable evidence that he was shot in the back of the head. Clear as day to me. Now, that may be a hard pill for a lot of you to swallow. And without doubt, the non-player characters who just buy into the narrative, as well as the foul.
Okay, so anyways, going on. Now, Candace Owen, everybody knows she has a show, okay? And little Candace here. Let's bring her up. There we go. It was I love the title of it. It's called Bearing False Witness. Who made the Charlie Kirk videos go viral?
And you know
what? I love when she says
all
this.
right, you guys, happy Tuesday. Sorry we are running a few minutes late.
Candace, I feel you, girl. I feel you. I feel like I'm always doing all of this crazy shit. And if I want to get my ducks in a row, next thing you know, it's like, whoop.
Takes so much time to investigate. We are such a small team, and we're constantly trying to make sure we're giving you guys the most accurate information. And it suddenly occurred to me after last week that I should maybe go back and find
Sure,
all of the original videos that were going viral on social media on 9/10. All the videos pertaining to the assassination, providing testimony as to what happened. We started to notice a pattern. We noticed that the eyewitnesses, the people that were sharing those videos, weren't exactly random college students from UVU, but rather people that either had strong ties to the government or to Turning Point USA altogether. So what gives? Also later on, we're going to discuss Andrew Colvett, the PR agent, close friend of Charlie Kirk, who sat down with Alex Clark to answer questions pertaining to whether or not Charlie Kirk was converting to Catholicism and whether or not he was offered $150 million from Israel. Except we do not know who said either of those things, but we'll see how he responded. Anyway, nieces. So I'm going to show you that again to jog your memory because we have an update. Listen.
We're joined now by Tiffany Barker and her nieces Elle Steele and Mia Grant, who were all in the audience yesterday afternoon. Thank you for joining us this morning. I know it's been a difficult day for all of you right now. Tiffany, let me begin with you. Just tell us what you remember about the scene yesterday.
It was horrific. There was one out and everybody instantly looked around and then fell to the ground. People saw Charlie instantly get shot in the neck and everybody fell to the ground, and then people started running and got run over. And I was with my family. We had 16 of us there. So 5 adults and like 11 children. And we instantly got separated. We're trying to find everybody. And we had amazing good Samaritans that grabbed kids. One took my niece and took her to her apartment. Somebody grabbed these 2 and my daughter and took them over to the tennis courts and stayed with them until I came. It was a super awful tragedy. And there were really good people that stood up.
Wait, what? Wait a second. What do you mean 5 adults, 6 kids, 11 people? Nobody's taking my kid anywhere. Like, what? That means 1 adult per kid. Like, how? Wait, what? What?
And supported each other. And it was actually really powerful to see that.
Elle and Mia, I can't imagine how scared you must have been yesterday. What can you tell us about what you all remember? Elle, you go first.
So I remember hearing this thing. It was hard to know what it was, but then I saw it and I saw blood everywhere and it hit his artery, and then I fell to the ground. I covered my head with my hands, and then I just started saying a prayer, and then we all ran. We sprinted away, and we ran away and then we met at the tennis courts, and then we couldn't find anyone. It was just me, Mia, and then my other cousin Bella, and then we were calling everyone. We didn't know what to do, and then we finally met up with them, and it was just so scary.
I'm sure. Mia?
I remember that we were 15 feet away, and I thought the shot was a firecracker or something. It just didn't seem real. After that, we went behind where Charlie Kirk was, and then we were meeting up at the tennis courts and trying to find everyone and get together. And Charlie Kirk was such a good guy. I'm gonna miss him so much. I've always watched all of his videos, and
I can't.
Everyone's gonna miss Charlie Kirk.
I can't imagine what you went through yesterday. Thanks for sharing your stories this morning.
Okay, so to update you and to remind you, I had mentioned that first and foremost, Tiffany Barker is a part of a very political family, a very connected family in the region. The internet sleuths just were on it. Apparently, there's a whole Reddit. They were able to determine that not only is she connected to a big political family that is high up in the LDS church, but she also forgot to mention, and maybe there wasn't time to mention, to be fair, that they knew Charlie, that the daughter had sung at Charlie Kirk's events. So it would have been something that I think I would have said, but again, sort of in the chaos, maybe in the next morning while the manhunt is going on, and in this sort of short stint of speaking to Good Morning America, you didn't have time to give those details. Now, many people were curious mainly as to why the children were so descriptive regarding the artery, and Tiffany herself.
Wait, how about fuck all that? How do you get separated from your kids? Aren't they like right there with you? Like, that's the first person I would go to is my kid. Why are strangers taking my kid? Wow, like, were they not all together? What?
Made a response video and addressed that question. And here is what she had to say.
When we get in the car, we're stuck in the parking lot for like an hour and a half. My niece that was sitting right behind me in this car filmed Charlie getting shot.
What?
She was filming him speaking, and then she said, Tiff, I have it on video. And I said, give me your phone. I don't want you to watch it. Give me the phone. So I took her phone.
What?
And the kids in the car with me, because they were closer down by my sister, had seen it really close up. And they saw how much Charlie bled. And we're all trying to process that. So I have an hour and a half in a car with my nieces and my 2 daughters, and I'm trying to help them through what we just saw. And they said, why did he bleed like that? And I said, there's an artery here. Maybe they hit an artery. I didn't know. We didn't know anything. And we're trying to get information. And then I get one text come in and said, Glenn Beck said he's stable. And I told the kids, you guys okay? He's okay. They're taking turns praying for him.
So I connected with her after she made this video, and I wanted to specifically confirm and clarify 2 things. Again, not because I think her or her nieces had anything to do with the assassination, but because they were eyewitnesses. And I first and foremost wanted to know why Good Morning America reached out with them. Any of the videos she put out would have inspired a producer to reach out and say, hey, can you be our eyewitness,
let me just
provide eyewitness testimony to what took place? And she intimated to me that actually it was a political connection. That was the reason it happened. Her sister ran as lieutenant governor alongside Phil Lehman. And actually, Good Morning America reached out to Phil Lehman, and somehow that is how, instead of Phil Lehman or her sister, they ended up with her sister's children and her, because they were at the event. Now, regarding her, obviously you heard her explanation for why they mentioned the artery. I wanted to see if they even recorded that footage of Charlie, or if they were close enough to see that. And my answer to that would be no, on the basis of the footage that she gave me. She has not yet provided any footage that would suggest that her nieces saw that graphic or were able, anything that was that descriptive.
God.
I think this might have been just a little bit of like political insertion. So,
oh my God. Can you imagine? You reach out to somebody like, hey, Good Morning America had you on. Just wondering, can we get that footage? Can we get that footage that you said that you, oh my gosh, Aunt Tiff here, like, oh my God, no, you can't look at that. Let me see. What do you mean you were recording? What do you mean you were recording during the shooting? Let me see this. You cannot look at this. I can't even, this is, why would you ever want to traumatize your kids? Here, we're going to go on Good Morning America, and we're going to talk about it. My kid's not doing that. Also, my kid's not going to be like by me. We have 11 people there, five adults, 6 kids, whatever the heck it was. And I'm getting my kid. Like, I'm throwing my body on top of my child. Our kids aren't going to be with different people. And then somebody goes to somebody's apartment. You guys, what the fuck? My kid, first of all, what random person is just going to grab someone's kid and say, I got you. Don't worry. You're coming back to my apartment. We'll figure out where you go, where your family is and all that later. What? No way. No way are you like running and you're like, hey girl, I don't even know you. Will you take the kids to your apartment, or one of the kids? Dude, this is absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. And when I say it's unbelievable, like, that's what I mean. It's just not, it's not an unbelievable story. It is legit not believable. I don't believe that. As a parent, during a crisis situation, the first thing that you do is you don't give your kids away. You don't let your kids go with strangers,
so to speak. Either way, I will say that, and kids being anywhere where a shot is ringing out is going to be traumatizing to a child. And of course, she is being honest that through discussion, she is the one that kind of gave them the idea regarding the artery. But then I decided to take a look, or just including this, I was simultaneously taking a look at George Zinn. Obviously, I wanted to track down George Zinn, because where was Decoy Boy sitting?
Here we go.
Where exactly was he arrested? And
Awesome, right? Who is this guy? Where was he sitting? How does his pants get around his ankles? How did his pants fall down? That's something that I would like to know. I mean, maybe she doesn't go into all that. Again, this is the first time I'm watching this today, so it's pure Lana reacting moments.
Able to discover something that I found to be quite odd. George Zinn was arrested in the same area, almost in the exact spot where Charlie's SUV departs. Which, to me, if you think somebody is the killer, you probably wouldn't send them in the direction of someone that they just shot. So I wanted to sort of prod that narrative a little bit further. So first, I want you guys, in case you don't understand the layout of this particular, if we're calling it a stadium, that he was sitting, amphitheater that Charlie was sitting, there is a tent, okay? And we're coming inward here. You can see that kind of half hexagon that's sitting there. Where that dot is where Charlie is sitting. Yeah. And you can see there's like a bridge walkway. And Charlie has to walk underneath that to get to where his cars are. Okay. So in front of him is the audience in that half hexagon. And yep, we're coming inward right there.
Yes.
Where you can see the mouse pointing right there is where the SUVs were waiting, the SUV that carried Charlie. So they just went backwards from where the tent was. Okay. And that underpass is right here. You can see a clear image of it, and you can actually see now we're in that underpass we are kind of where that SUV was, and you can see the back of the tent that Charlie was in. We were able to determine that it was approximately 40 seconds from the time that the shot rang off to when the security brings Charlie into the waiting SUV. So they moved very quickly from shot to getting him into the SUV, obviously trying to save his life. Then approximately just 1 minute and 8 seconds later, George Zinn is brought to that exact same territory. So Charlie departs, and about 1 minute and 8 seconds later, we've got George Zinn, and he is in handcuffs. And when I say 1 minute and 8 seconds, I'm building in extra seconds. I'm trying to be as precise as possible. I am counting and I'm watching everything. But I found it, again, odd that George Zinn is arrested in the exact same area that they just took Charlie. And it's fast, right? And it's especially fast because we then found footage of George Zinn after the shot rings out. And we're going to watch this. He's going to get up, and people are dispersing everywhere. And he kind of calmly gets up and starts making his way down that stadium. You can see that here. We have the light on him, and his pants fall down by themselves. You can see that his pants did not, like, we were kind of working under the assumption that his pants fell down because, I don't know, the police were pulling him, but that's actually incorrect. They just fall down all by themselves. And you can see that a young man comes by to try to assist him. Okay. So has nothing to do with the arrest. Now, to be clear, when we see him sort of making his way down those stairs, we can actually approximate, because we did, like I said, we're counting seconds, that this happens earliest 30 seconds after the shot is fired. Okay. And this clip, that clip that you just watched, is about 20 seconds long. So it's about a full 50 seconds. And we know that George Zinn is still standing right there. Okay. So somehow George Zinn needs to get from where you just saw him, where his pants fall, to handcuffs in the SUV zone in about 40 seconds flat. Again, that's very fast. We were able to find the footage of him walking down. He just walks down like you see him. He just is walking down the stairs, and he has his hat in his hand, and he starts waving, and he's going toward the left side of the tent. If you're behind the tent looking forward, like if you have Charlie's view, he is then going to kind of go down, and he walks to the left side of the tent. So I wanted to show you this like second timeline that I put together, because this just lets you know what happens in the immediate in the immediate aftermath. Charlie, Skylar, I'm not sure if I told you to pull that. Can you see that little timeline that we have? Yeah, no worries. I'll give you a couple of seconds, but we have, Charlie gets shot. 40 seconds later, Charlie's brought to the SUV. 10 seconds after that is where George Zinn's pants fall down in the middle of the departing crowd.
Thank you.
And then
Thank you. There it is. I knew she'd have the timeline on the pants because I've been saying this all along. I'm like, what the fuck? His pants? Okay, this is ridiculous.
a minute and 15 seconds after that shot rings out, George Zinn is waving his hat near the left side of the tent. And then at the minute 48 second mark, George Zinn is in handcuffs, and he is being pulled near where Charlie's SUV has just departed. It's very quick. Okay. All of this takes place in under 2 minutes. Not the vibe that I got, obviously, when you are behind your cell phone and you're getting all of these updates and you're trying to follow all the X accounts to see who has the newest information. I certainly was not under the impression that all took place in just 2 minutes. So then that photo starts circulating online. You know which photo I'm talking about. It's George Zinn, and he's bent down and he is in handcuffs, and that goes viral. And so I wanted to get to the bottom of that. Who actually shared that photo of George Zinn in handcuffs? And I was able to determine that was somebody who lived in Utah who advertises with Turning Point USA. And when he did some press about it, he didn't mention that connection to Turning Point USA, but he for sure advertises with them, or has advertised in the past. Again, things are moving unbelievably quickly, and I have now watched that footage from many angles. And there's another thing that happens in the immediate aftermath that stands out to me. There is what I assume must be a donor, a sponsor of some description, or an employee of a donor / sponsor. And he tries to get close to Charlie after the shots are fired, but not in like a rescue way. There was already like a team of men that fly in. And then he gets there, and I'm not sure what the intention is. I don't know if it's just like, obviously you're shocked. Maybe you're trying to be helpful. Who knows? The security guard just kind of shoos him away immediately. And then what the guy does is he sort of just stands up and he takes out, walks to the side and takes out his cell phone. So I'm going to show you that. He's right there in the blue shirt. And sends a text as I'm watching the footage. It goes on a little bit longer, sends a text, takes a photo. Not entirely clear what's being done there, but it just sort of stood out to me in the middle of the chaos, seeing that. And I would really like to know who that is, because we had received a ton of messages from current employees at Turning Point that had mentioned that company. He's wearing a shirt that says Wi-Fi. And according to the sources at Turning Point, it was a rather young company, meaning that the company hasn't been around for very long, that came out in a really big way in terms of sponsorship for this tour. And that's common sense, given the fact that Wi-Fi, you will notice in the clips of the event, is the backdrop advertiser that's behind Charlie. So maybe this person came because it's his first event of the season and they are the major sponsors. Like I said, judging by the placement and the fact that a Wi-Fi donor or employee is there, we can draw the conclusion that they sponsored this very event. And I'm interested in knowing who that is. So if you've got any answers for that, please let me know, because I would like to see what he took a picture of and to get his perspective on things. Certainly would like to identify who that individual is. I then decided to try to track down the origin of a video that actually no press has been done on. There was the video of the student, and I think, we shouldn't make assumptions, who recorded the shooter on the roof. Remember, that started going viral. You remember the footage, and they're and there's a guy that's kind of speaking in the background We can show you that footage right now.
Does Tyler have
Let's take a look at that footage that we're
Here we
referring
go.
to.
Yeah.
Get right up.
Yeah.
That's-
You think he'd already be in place?
Look at that.
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there.
Wild.
He just ran from over. Where's my finger? Whoa. From over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying.
Just saying.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So this footage proved very difficult to track down. And what I mean by that is it was very simple for me to find the account that published the video and made the video viral. And when I reached out to that individual, they were immediately responsive. And I said, "Hey, where'd you get this footage from?"
Uh-huh.
And the individual said to me, a friend of a friend's family member sent it. So I'm like, okay, you're telling me the chain is already twice removed. I said, "Do you know who took the video?" And he said, "No, I don't know who took the video." And when I asked the person who sent it to me to tell me who did, because I have all of these journalists, including yourself, reaching out to me, trying to get to the bottom of it, he just stopped answering me.
Oh my God. Like what? How about what time did you get it? What time did you get the video? What time did you get the video?
I said, "So your friend who sent you this video just stops answering you." And he then sends me a screenshot of a conversation that they're having on an app that I don't recognize, right? So we are prodding that, and he has been responsive, so I'm sure he'll tell me what app this is. And sure enough, the person says, "Well, there were 2 people actually who took that footage," which obviously isn't possible, but there are 2 people that were involved in taking that footage, and he sends him 2 numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 numbers were both Chicago-based. And when I looked up whose numbers those were, it looked to me like that was just kind of leading to nowhere. Like, why are these 2 Chicago-based numbers? It was very weird and very sketchy. So then I have a guy who's on the ground in Utah, and I asked him, a student, to start looking around, fishing around, and seeing if he could figure out who took that photo. Again, operating under the assumption that was walking by.
She has Brian Etten on the ground there. I'm just kidding. Brian Etten here.
Pelosi Center. And he comes back and he says, I have a number of an individual. This is allegedly the person who took the footage. And I said, "Do you know that person? Is this a UVU student?" He said, "No." And I said, "Well, where did you get this number from?" And he says, "Well, on the day, there was a guy named Aaron who was walking around and was checking on people. And Aaron is the one that gave me this number. I don't know Aaron even, but he's the person that gave it to me." So then I said, can I have Aaron's number? He gives me Aaron's number, and Aaron also has a Chicago number. So I'm getting from somebody on the ground, and I'm getting from this person on Twitter that all of these Chicago numbers are involved, and that's not making sense to me. And I then tried to text that number of the person who allegedly shot the footage. We didn't get a response until we finally got a response from that person. I hop on the phone with him. He explained that it wasn't just him. It was one other person who he was walking with, who saw this person run across. Neither of them are students of UVU.
Okay. Hold the fucking door here. Where is law enforcement? Why are journalists so interested in this video, but law enforcement isn't interested in this video? Why are journalists trying to track down, okay, hey, who took this video? Who are you? Where did you turn this over to law enforcement? Have they interviewed you? Have, they interrogated you? What are you talking about? Yeah, you're not the only journalist that's hit me up for this. I'm getting bombarded. Wait, but law enforcement doesn't care? What?
One of them said he was a student at BYU, which is Brigham Young University. And he's like, "Well, I didn't take the footage, but my friend took the footage." And his friend does not have a Chicago-based number. So I am confused. And we ask if he'd be willing to send us the footage and to get us on the phone with the person who actually took the footage. I had a conversation with that individual after all this running around, hence the reason these episodes take so long to put together, because you're calling people, you're waiting for responses. And What he said to me completely betrayed the narrative of what the FBI has put out.
Okay.
I am working to quadruple confirm exactly who this individual is, but he was a very much, and maybe this is a poor way of saying it, a straight shooter, said, yes, I have a training. And I don't want to give too many identifying details here, but this person himself has a lot of experience with guns and knows guns and, helps to train people in that sort of capacity, and said that they observed that individual, the FBI saying that the shooter dropped onto the roof at 12:15 didn't make sense to him. He said earliest it was 12:22 that the individual ran across, set up, took the shots. And I said, well, you must have been there, because he then sends me I wanted to see all of the metadata of when.
Exactly. Thank you. What's the metadata? What time was the video taken? What time?
He took that footage, and the metadata begins at 12:22 and goes into 12:23, the very minute that Charlie gets shot. And he says, yeah, I saw the shot. I had just stopped recording about 20 seconds before the shot rang out. And he said that he told them a description of what the shooter looked like. And it was not the description that the entire world received less than 24 hours later of this person, Tyler Robinson, wearing jeans. I said, was he wearing jeans? He said, no. Actually, this person was dressed in tactical gear and he was wearing a face mask.
Oh my God. Are they trolling us with the Idaho4 case? Look at that blur right there.
And
you guys. What the fuck? You guys, what's going on?
He said, according to him, like I said, he has a lot of experience with guns, that this person looked to him like a foreign agent. I don't know if he's wearing all black, how he got that, but he said he was very certain that this person was skilled, knew exactly what he was doing, and was highly trained, like a highly trained assassin, so to speak.
How would you know that from 160 or 200 or 300 yards away that somebody is highly anything? Okay, I wouldn't know anything about, yep, somebody took a shot, then what? Highly skilled, trained people.
He then says something else. As soon as George got arrested and that started circulating, he ran to someone on campus and said, this is the wrong person. I observed this person with my eyes. You have the complete wrong description. The person you're looking for is wearing tactical gear and is obviously young, because I watched him sprint back after taking the shot. I saw this with my own two eyes. And for whatever reason, that never made its way out that we can see of a description of a person wearing tactical gear. We're kind of left with this idea that he was wearing
that, but then that got hushed.
The now infamous veterans shirt with the American flag on it and some jeans. So he also said something that we had not heard, which is that he knows guns, and the gun that the FBI found was not the gun that he saw. That the gun that he saw was smaller. And I'm going to read you directly a text message that he sent me, again, protecting his identity. He said, watching the video of the impact, hearing the sharp crack instead of a big hunting rifle's boom, and seeing what looked like a shorter rifle platform, albeit with the absence of the shape of a standard 30-round magazine, the assassin may have used a 10 or 20-round magazine, only expecting to shoot once or twice. I would guess that he was shot with a Hornady V-Max or similar lightweight 223 bullet designed for very rapid expansion. Of course, I don't have access to any autopsy reports like you might, but if they found small shards of copper rather than one large copper-coated lead slug, that's the gun and bullet I would expect was used. So I wanted to share that because I know that a part of this entire thing was our upset at kind of being taken for a ride by the FBI. It makes no sense to me that they wouldn't share those details immediately while this manhunt was taking place. We got every other name and basically every other description, and we're told nothing like what this person who says that he was an eyewitness, he was the eyewitness to this, and that he went right in and said all this information. Why wouldn't you share the eyewitness report that
Why
you
are
were
we sharing Tiffany and her niece, nephew? I mean, not nephew, but kids. What? All right. So what do you guys think? So far, how do we feel about this timeline? So the guy that ran the video that she just showed, he started filming at 11:22, zooms in and says, look at that is somebody on the roof. Okay. And, you know, he's like, this is right where he ran from, right where my finger is. You know what I mean? And then zooms back out, shuts off, and then 20 seconds later, shot. Now, I think, I mean, I'm telling you, me, if I was there and I saw that, hell yeah, I'm pulling out my phone and I'm recording. I'm like, oh my God, do you see this? And I would be like, we need to go tell somebody there is a kid up there, or, you know, somebody is up there on that roof. And now they just assume the position of, looks like a sniper. Okay. And the roof. It's the roof. So what do you guys think? What do we think? What do we think? Kate says, why is this so glitchy, or is it just me? Hopefully it's just you, but I have no idea. It doesn't tell me over on this end. Hopefully it's not glitchy. That'd be shitty.
Received that completely counters the narrative. And I would say, again, assuming this guy's story checks out, and it seems to me that it did, and he sent us the data and looked at the metadata that he was the person who took that video, it doesn't make sense to me. It literally makes no sense to me that they would obfuscate these details when they're speaking to the public. So yeah, like I said, we are exploring every lead here, and I just found that to be quite stunning. I don't know what to make of all of this. I guess what we make every single episode is the fact that they're just lying to us about everything, about literally everything.
There we go.
Anyways, you guys, I want to get to some of the responses. And
so we're going to now go over to shifting gears here. Karen Reed. Karen Reed. Okay. Karen Reed. Holy shit, some bombshells coming out of Plymouth. Karen Reed says, I am suing all of you bastards. Okay. I'm just going to sue. Karen Reed is going to sue the world. She's going to sue 8 people. She wants to add them to, let's see. We'll give a little.
His perspective, we have affirmative claims that we intend to bring on her behalf. Those claims stem from the same facts that are at issue in this case. Those claims, Your Honor, are against parties that are not in the litigation at this point, including the Massachusetts State Police, Lieutenant Brian Tully in his personal capacity.
Let's first get this underway here. Everybody is loving Demon's accent. I think it is South African accent, but hey, let's just get that out of the way.
Sergeant Yuri Buchanan in his personal capacity.
Brian Tully, Yuri Buchanan.
Michael Proctor.
Absolutely, Michael Proctor.
Those claims would be in the nature of violations of Karen Reed's civil rights, conspiracy. The claims against the Massachusetts State Police would be negligent training, supervision, and retention of Massachusetts State Police troopers. We also intend, Your Honor, to bring claims, affirmative claims, against Brian Albert, Nicole Albert.
Brian and Nicole Albert. Nicole Albert, how did you get yourself mixed up in this? Oh, that's right. You on that text chain right there, girl. You weren't just cleaning, mind your business, having some White Claws and shit. Girl, you all up in that shit.
Matthew McCabe, Jennifer McCabe, and Brian Higgins, who were the occupants of 34 Fairview Road in Canton on the night in question. Those claims would be in the nature of civil conspiracy, violation of Karen Reid's civil rights, and then a claim against the town of Canton through its police department for negligent failure to secure the garage in the Sally Port. We asking the court's permission to bring those claims in this case.
So, I mean, I have mixed emotions about this, but I totally see what Karen's doing. Listen, we're suing these people, and for judicial economy, let's bring it all in because it has to do with our defense. Plus, she's been acquitted and basically was acquitted in part due to all the little sprinkles. Did they say Brian Higgins, right? Or they just say the McCabe's? It should be 1, 2, 3. Wasn't it Higgins? And then the 4 of the couples. Anyways, this judge was taken back. Like, wait, you want to do what? Now, the O'Keefes are like, we get our day in court. Like, this has nothing to do with us, type of thing. So we would have I just can't even believe that the O'Keefes are doing this. I'm sorry, but I think that you have more ground to sue the Waterfall bar if you want to go with the bars, and that they should have been serving John, but John didn't drive. And in no way did it even look like he was. They had no reason not to serve him, and he didn't drive there, and he didn't drive home. But how secretly pissed are all of these people, and they can't go to the O'Keefes and say, "Hey, can you guys just like withdraw your motion, your wrongful death claim, so that we don't have to go away to prison maybe one day because we did this shit." Obviously, the McAlberts plus Higgs can't go and be like, "Hey, so, I can't believe that Carrie Roberts wasn't on the ticket. Put her on the ticket." Layla says, "I think the O'Keefes accidentally got caught up in the conspiracy. That's why they've doubled down." Maybe. I just cannot believe the argument is we're still going to go with Karen Reid did this. The jury got it wrong, even though the science doesn't change. And all of those experts that would be testifying in the criminal case they're going to testify here. The science doesn't change just because it's a civil proceeding. Yeah, the burden and it doesn't have to be beyond a reasonable doubt, but you're not even going to get that. You're not going to get that when people are going to say the SUV is not the murder weapon. The SUV is not the murder weapon. John O'Keefe was not hit by any SUV. Not in any capacity of what they are talking about. They all better get some good lawyers, says Grandma Gina. Yeah, I think Karen's rolling with like 8 attorneys. Knife time with Uncle Junk. I like that name. If you don't have a best friend like Candace, you're messing up. I like that. Let's file a class action against Gall, Bev, and Hippler. Hey, there we go. I like that. That's funny. Hit that button, people. Oh, yeah, button it up, baby. Button it up. The O'Keefe saw and heard everything we did. How dense can they be? Right? And think about all the stuff that wasn't allowed to come in. Think about that. Think about all the stuff that was not allowed to come in, right? And it's going to come in here in the civil case. And so that's just going to like make it just that much more powerful in terms of like, it is anybody but Karen Reed. And Karen Reed is the only person that seemed like that they gave a damn. But think about this. Jen McCabe, when they want to talk about if we could have got to John O'Keefe sooner, well, I don't know. Jen McCabe makes them go back to the house, to John's house, and let's go look through the house again. Did you look good enough? And it has been said, Jen was like, yeah, I was walking all over. I went upstairs, blah, blah, blah. And then Carrie Roberts is over here saying, yeah, I went upstairs and I saw Jen was like in John's room. And I'm like, oh, is that right? No, it's not. Because guess what? Her watch nor her phone that McCabe has on her person never goes up a flight of stairs during the time frame that she's at John's house. So, I mean, this is absolutely just, so you're delaying going over to 34 Fairview, and if you would have got there, and it could have potentially, I mean, it just, whoa. I think the Google search is enough that you are never getting past the burden, the Google search. Okay. Blank Shady says they were big and bad to do the crime. They better get ready to move into their new home. I think they're going to lose everything, but who are they going to get to represent them? Can you imagine if one of them gets Hank Brennan? That would be your go-to right here is let's go get Hank Brennan to represent us. Can you imagine if Hank Brennan is one of their attorneys? Holy shit. I think it's a smart play only because he knows the case. He knows the discovery. He knows where the bad shit is, where the good shit is. But can you imagine if he goes out, if they go out and somebody signs up Hank Brennan? You said that a long time ago, and you also said she stayed on the first floor. She did at 34 Fairview when Jen walked in at 6:35 a.m. She never went upstairs to wake them up. 100%. Well, she walked in and her phone didn't go upstairs when she walked in at 34 Fairview. Just her watch did, which told me that she didn't have her phone and somebody else had her phone. And I believe it was Matt McCabe, and he's calling himself like the little fuck that he is. And they're setting all this stuff up. Matt McCabe didn't sleep that night. Matt McCabe is way more in the shit than Jen McCabe is. Okay? Because Matt McCabe did some serious fucked up shit that night. And it put Jen in some fucked up shit. I personally believe that Matt McCabe made the Google search. I think that Matt McCabe made the Google search from his phone because I think that he thought that his phone could potentially be, because he was actually with John and they were out in the garage, you know, and the girls were inside. But Matt McCabe, give us your cell phone, baby. But Matt McCabe is all in the shit. And yeah, it's going to be wild. Simple Me says, if Karen Reed team does not bring out the iWatch, it would be a big mistake, a huge mistake. I've gone through it. I broke it on down. There is no way you show that to the jury. It's not like it's hard to do because once you see it, you can't unsee it. He effed up during the ABC interview with all of them when they asked about the Google search. Brian Albert looked straight at Matt. Yeah, Matty Bobatty. That's like hiding the black book and the Darley Rudy. Yeah, when are we going to start talking about that case, Mama Hen? Why, Lana? Didn't they focus on the difference with Jen's watch and phone data? I think in the second, like we've heard them talk about it, in the second trial, they were really focused on the car, the SUV, not being the murder weapon. Like, and that was the big, you know, the state or the Commonwealth is going to use all this data at a place that John, this is the last place that he was, and he was right here, and look at his phone and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, let's poke holes at the data of the phone, right? And if you're going to do that, right, then how are you going to come back here and say that? Like, I would have just used it to say, look at Jen's, if Jen McCabe is saying that she did X, Y, and Z, right? Why isn't Jen's phone saying that she did X, Y, and Z? That's how I would use the phone data to even more bolster. I would make it seem like the data isn't accurate. If Jen McCabe's saying all of these things and she's doing all of these things, well, her phone's not indicative of it, right? And since her phone isn't indicative of it, it's like, see, look, you can't go with John's phone because sometimes cell phones just aren't accurate. And then you gotta go show that the car isn't the murder weapon. That's what I believe that they did. Wait, what the fuck are the O'Keefes suing Karen? Yes. Oh, yes. For wrongful death. They're going at Karen Reed. They filed this a long time ago, guys. This got stayed because it was the criminal case. And after the criminal case was over, they're still doing it just like they did with the O.J. Simpson case. Like, O.J. Simpson was sued by the Goldmans and the Browns, and he was acquitted of the murder. He didn't go to prison, but they still sued him. And let me tell you guys something. Karen Reed is going to have to testify in the civil case. They're calling Karen Reed to the stand. They're going to depose Karen Reed. You know who else is going to have a handful here? And I'm curious how it's all going to play out for his cases, which is Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy is going to be called to the stand. So Karen Reed cannot plead the fifth. Okay. So OJ lost his civil battle. All right. And he was told to pay crazy amount of money, right? I don't think he gave the Goldmans and the Browns a dime. That's what I said yesterday. I said, let's start looking to see where the McCabe's and the Alberts have moved and have been moving their money. Okay. Everything that we thought was coming in trial 2, we're going to see that in the civil trial. So Hank Brennan went a very bizarre way to present his case, which limited like I've said all along, use it to your, to bolster your case. If you're Karen Reed, dude, you need to call all those people to the stand that did not see John on the lawn. Like, how many times do you ever go to a criminal trial and the prosecution's own witnesses are saying, yep, I was picked up, or yep, I left there, I walked out, and you drove right across that lawn, right? And you didn't see a body. Yep, didn't see a body. Every single person, even the people that are driving the vehicles, didn't see a body. And it's something like 10, 12 people. You need it, even if you just call them there for those 3 questions, which is to say, were you there that night? What time did you get there? What time did you leave? And how did you leave? So you had to go across, the front of the yard. Did you see a body? So, I mean, it's wild. Wait, what is this? I'm a Elling-time Lana loyal. I am long-time Lana loyal. Okay. Love how she moves her left side of the brain through deduction process, overlapping info. I used to work with a Lana, not as smart. Them hoes. Those left-siders. That's funny. Yep, so strange. No one heard or saw anything. But I've been to 34 Fairview, guys. That lawn is the size of nothing. It is so small. You're not missing a body just laying there. It's just not possible. It's impossible. Especially, I mean, Tristan needed to be called to the stand. I'm surprised the defense didn't call him to the stand just to say, hey, you got there at what time? You were sober. You went there to pick up your girlfriend, right? Fiance at the time, whatever. So you had 2 times pulling in, pulling in. Okay. And this is when all the cars would have been gone, right? No cars are blocking any of the lawn or in the driveway. And I mean, it would have stuck out. Like, you're not being distracted. And so here you drive past it one time and then you're going to drive back twice. Yep. And now think about this. They were not able to get anybody's phones in trials 1 and 2 because of Bev. Like, you're not getting any of these other people's phones. That's not happening in this trial. All these people's phones. Oh, God, I cannot wait. These phones are going to sink everybody. Okay. Who was Higgins talking to on the phone? Okay. When he was at the Canton Police Department. That is everything. Because think about it. You don't just call up a friend at 1:30 in the morning just to shoot the shit with them. Okay. That phone call is significant. Not because of what's on or what transpired in the phone call, in my opinion, but who was on the other end of the phone call. And if it is somebody from 34 motherfucking Fairview, hell yes. Hell yes. It's just because you destroyed your phones, there's still Google. You could still get third-party Deus Tecum subpoenas, and you could still get your iCloud accounts. You could still get Google. You can obviously get your CDRs, which is plenty of time. And so you can get a lot of things still, and it's just going to be all of the stuff that Bev was like, no, you're not, this is inadmissible. You're not using this. I'm not giving you reign to go get it. That's not going to be the case here in the civil proceeding. So I hope it goes to trial, says Layla. No settling. I don't think people are going to be settling. Like I said, it's almost like, can somebody get to the O'Keefes but it doesn't matter. Let's say that the O'Keefes were like, you know what? We're going to be in litigation, okay, for the rest of our lives with this, because it can just continue on going on and on and on. We don't want to deal with that. We don't want to do that. When they were seeking $50,000, $50,000, and then they were leaving it up to then for punitive after that. But $50,000, you get wrongful death suits that go for $1 million to $15 million, 20, 30. I mean, $50,000. What? So let's even say that the O'Keefes are like, you know what? We've gone through enough, man. We've gone through 2 trials. I lost, the O'Keefes are like, I lost 2 of my kids that I buried. All right. There's just Paul left, right? Paul's like, I buried 2 of my siblings. I just want to enjoy whatever time I have left and not be worried about in and out of a courtroom. Okay. Because nothing's going to bring back my brother, or there's things that are going to come out that I just don't want. There's certain wounds that you don't want to reopen, or you don't even want to open, period. Regardless, let's say that they were to say, you know what, we're done. We're not going to, we're pulling out our complaint. Karen Reed is still suing those 8 people regardless. And that's where you get your cherry on top. Boop. Is that regardless if the O'Keefes go forward with this, Karen Reed is suing those 8 people. And how she wants to do it is she wants to put all of them together. And now that is amazing, because you're going to connect way more dots, because you want this to go in front of a jury. And I think a jury, okay, who it's going to be of our peers, right, in, that area. People know about the Karen Reed case, okay? People know about the Karen Reed case. Karen Reed was acquitted, okay, which sticks in the minds of jurors. Even if you're a new juror and I don't really know that much about it, okay, great. Once you hear that Karen Reed was acquitted, not by 1, but by 2 juries, basically, right? And because she didn't do it, right? That means that there's somebody else who did, or somebody's. And I think that's going to be a hurdle that is going to favor Karen so much so in the civil case, and who she's putting in front to show the totality of what transpired and the relationships with these people, that's why this happened, is because all these people were doing things behind the scenes, and those are relationships that they've had for a very long time, whether you're family with the bloodlines through marriage or actual blood, and then those relationships with blue brothers, cop fam. That thin blue line isn't so thin. And so it's going to expose it all. Yep, it is. And that's why you can't sue these people individually, sue them all together, because you have to lay out the story, because the facts, like this man says, it's the same set of facts. And I'm so fucking stoked for it. So that's my rant about the Karen Reed case. Coming back over here. Karen said, either me or you going down, Jen. Jen will be on the stand. She'll be on the stand. Karen's going to take the stand. I'm excited to actually hear Karen take the stand. She's going to be called by the opposing side. So they think that they're going to be able to show that Karen and Turtle Boy did all this plotting and planning for Karen to just, do you guys know how hard it is? How hard it is to get a bunch of people who don't know each other to rally around something, and for someone that they don't have a connection to. So not only do you have complete strangers coming together, but then they're all coming together for a stranger, right? And so the movement that Turtle Boy did is really, really hard to do. Okay. People can't even get 5, 6, 7 friends to show up to go out to dinner. Okay. To meet up with their friends. All right. That movement and what they think, and that it was just like that Karen and Turtle Boy did this witness intimidation and just rounded up all these strangers. And dude, nobody's got time for that. And let's even say that we'll give you this. Let's say that truly happened. Okay. Do you know how hard it still is to do something like that? It's insanity hard. Let's see. Sunset says, who will be the first of the 8 to rat out the others? In my opinion, Matt. Matt's he's I don't think it's gonna be Matt at all. I don't think it's gonna be Matt at all. I don't think any of them are gonna rat out anybody. Matt has the most to lose. I think Carrie Roberts is going to be a witness. And that's why I don't think she's being sued, even though you can still be a witness and sued. I think Carrie Roberts is going to try to save her soul. But fuck all these people. Is Carrie Roberts talking? Why isn't she on the list? Well, according to Josie, she says she's a broke hoe. Fuck suing her. You ain't going to get shit out of that bitch. Jen, and not mean too. She is not intelligent. Jen's a fucking idiot. Okay. That dumb hoe lied to the FBI. She said that she was her sister, then gets inside, starts calling people like a little kid. Oh my God, what do I do? I just told the FBI it was Nicole Albert. What a fool. What a fool. God, if they only wore body cams, that shit would have been lit. No, I'm Nicole. Can't you tell? Wow, Nicole, you've dropped about 50. The truth always comes out. It sometimes just takes some time, but Jen wins dumb cunt for 3 years running. I love it. Sarah M. always coming with the goods. How just embarrassing. If these people were my parents and I was in high school, I would be fucking sick. I'd be like, you fucking motherfuckers. I'm trying to go to prom and you guys are fucking covering up murders. I can't go to prom without a camera in my face. You know, I get this little turtle running around wanting to give me my bikini. You know, it's just highlighting just crazy. These people. House long before Jen lies and gets caught. House, do you think anybody is going to potentially, because of the civil suits, go down for actually being involved with the murder of John O'Keefe? That's going to be, to me, just, you know, because, dude, these people were protected. There's no, in the civil case, there's no protection from the government. The government can't swoop in. The only person that can protect, like, that gets to make some decisions that could, like, kind of like, is this judge. This judge could, like, you know, sustain or overrule, like, but dude, Karen Reed's team is just so solid. God, so solid. They have a game plan. And you heard Alan Jackson, Karen Reed is now no longer on the defense. Karen Reed is on offense. And I'm like, oh boy. Mary P says, now that is the real question. Who will lose their job? Who will end up criminally charged? And will anybody? I don't see Brian Albert, Jen, Nicole, or Maddie. They're not ratting either. Like they're thick as thieves, okay? Ain't no ratting coming out of there. Where I think the cookie is going to combust is with Nagel and Levinston. Their phone records are going to be awesome. Awesome. Those people did not go and destroy anything, okay? Levinson was probably puking on all of her nursing shifts when she was not at McCarthy's doing, I don't know, double fisting White Claws. But those girls' phone records lit as a tit. Did they really spend the night that night? What time does their phone say that they're leaving? What time does their phone say that they're arriving at their little homes? They're texting back and forth. Somebody that night would have fucked up royally with their texting and with their phone calls. And my money is on Snakeletooth, Blob Girl. But oh God, yes, Kelly Deaver's best friend, Sarah Levinston. There has got to be some goods on that girl's phone. I feel it in my bones. That's why they went and got her. They went and got Levinston. They had to swoop her in and make her part of the clique. Okay, they had to go get to her before anybody else could. All right, what story would you need to get straight with that girl? If she truly just left and it was just such not a big deal. Okay, like, why could none of these people, why did everybody say nobody else was there? Why was everybody protecting in terms of like that all these other people weren't there? It's just, dude, no. It'll be interesting. Layla says, holy Moses. Holy Moses. She drove Nicole's Cadillac out of Fairview with Chloe at 1:45. I wish Chloe had a chip in her, you know? Hippie says, how many brain cells are between that entire group? Not many. Yeah, that'll be interesting. All right. So Caitlin took Chloe. Yep, or what's her name did. Caitlin either took Chloe or McCabe's daughter. McCabe's daughter's Life 360 is really interesting. Really interesting. But some research that I've been doing back then, I don't know how accurate Life 360 was compared to, like in 2022, in the Shanna Gardner case. You guys are going to hear about a little bit of Life 360 with, compared to like Google. And Life 360 compared to Google, it was like off 10 minutes. So, oh, Colin, fuck him. I don't know. Well, Colin, guess what? We're going to get your phone too. Because even if they destroyed their phones, you guys, those people all have iCloud accounts. They have Google accounts. If they did a geofence, I don't even know how far they can go back, but I think that they already know some stuff. Alan Jackson was talking really, really confidently about some things, and I just don't think he would be saying some of the stuff that he did. I just cannot believe that they did not put 2 and 2 together before the first trial about the garage. I knew that they did not go in the basement. I fucking knew it. You know how I knew that? The moment that I saw Jennifer McCabe's data not going up and down any flights of stairs during the time frame that she was at that house, supposedly panicking and covering up this murder, she never goes in her watch nor her phone never go up a flight of stairs once she gets to 34 Fairview. That's how I knew this did not happen in the basement. Like, done deal. Because even if she wasn't involved in the act or whatever, it would be about running downstairs, getting stuff to help, clean something up, or, and then coming back up. That's going to be a flight. It doesn't count you when you go down, but eventually you got to come back up, and that's where you're going to get tagged on that flight. Yeah, no. Nope, and nope. Her phone sold me on that so long ago. And had anybody ever, if I would have had that case and looking at Discovery, I would have I never realized it because we always were shown such shitty pictures of the house, and it was always from far away, right? And it was like on that snowy, shitty day. It wasn't until the second trial where the defense is like, we want to use this photo. Okay. And that's where it's like, holy shit. I always thought that the garage had a door that went in from the garage to into the house. But here, the garage door on the side of it, you could never see because of these shitty photos. Also, the family was adamant talking about that in the garage, there was all of this shit. And so that they couldn't even park their cars in there. And that's why I was like, you guys, pay attention to these cars. There's not enough cars in the driveway. For everybody that was supposedly still home that next morning, we're missing cars. You have Brian's, Ford Edge, you say. Then you have his regular personal vehicle. Then you have Nicole's vehicle. Then you have this Brian Jr.'s vehicle. I was like, that's 4 vehicles. Where are they? And then people were like, they're in the garage. I'm like, well, they were straight up asked that about the garage. Does it hold any vehicles? And it's like, no. And I'm like, they wouldn't lie about that. Okay. But what they said is that there's a bunch of junk in there. We use it for storage. And that is a lie. They don't use it for storage. I believe that that's like a man cave in there. And it was set up in a way of, there's got to be some party pictures of how that garage was set up when they had that house. But it's also a place where you would throw a dog. Okay. If you have people over, I don't know. So did the Indians end up winning? Let me see. Holy crap. We're up 5-2, top of the 8th. Yes. Yes. Come on, tribe. I mean, Guardians. Yes. Yes. We have to win. Gotta win 5 of these last 6 home games to possibly make the playoffs. We were down 2-0. Now we're up 5-2. Hell yes. Is the footage better now? It was glitching earlier. Did it stop glitching, by the way? Hopefully. Yep. Not one picture of the garage on Zillow when they sold the house. Correct. So yeah, the Karen, the smokers den. Yep. A lot of them are smokers too, aren't they? Yes. Okay, good. Thank God. We've had the worst. I don't know what they're doing over here with all of our internets in this part of Ohio. It's been horrible. So, and I've called them up bitching a bunch. Okay, now, moving on. So Karen Reed, I don't see any problems. I mean, and for the record, nothing that can happen at the civil case. It's nobody goes to jail because of it. Nobody goes to prison. This is all about money. But potentially what comes out in the civil case, okay, Bev was denying things, but once it's out there, it's not like that stuff can be used. Also, everything that happened in those trials, you cannot come to the civil case and just start making up some other narrative. Whatever you testified to under oath can and will be used against you to impeach you if you should answer differently than you did before. And I think that their lies, like, fuck, if Gemma Cave's probably like, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody dies between now and then. Like, they need to watch for that. I would not be surprised if something happens like that. Nothing's gonna get you out of this one. The civil case, gloves off. Everyone's going for everybody's throats. And I mean, everything's out there, but for Karen, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that we're going to find out in this civil case that's like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. You know what I mean? There's no goods missing on the whole Karen front. So, like, if I'm Karen, I'm sipping on Hennessy and letting Alan Jackson and my team do their job. Again, for me, it doesn't matter what the O'Keefe's decide to do because she's still suing all of those 8 people on her own then. And that would just be in its own. I think this guy's just basically saying, hey, it's the same set of facts. And then the family's like, wait, we get our day in court. We've been waiting for a long time to get our day in court. And it's like, yeah, you're suing the wrong people, though. You should be suing the police department. You'd actually get millions if you sued them. Like, how stupid are you? Your lawsuit should be against the police department. Okay, they're the ones that have caused you all of this emotional distress because they fucked it all up. Like, even if you still think it's Karen Reed, you go at them. Even if you like secret, go get yourself some. Go get that money if that's what you want. Go get it. So, Hippie says, my life is worth more than 50K just in case I end up on Dateline. Somebody do not let that happen. To the transparency chills. You mentioned someone passing. I think the guilt is eating Higgins up. Well, I don't even know. Paul is after gambling. Dow? What? Oh, shit. You're still talking about Karen. Yeah. We're moving on to Idaho4 here now. I'm just getting it all in. Okay, so you guys, they released 602 new pictures, okay? And I am like, what's the okay, let me tell you my email with Matthew Gamet the other day, and then again today. I'm like, where is my shit? Okay. He said, where is this fucker? Matthew Gamet. Okay. God, where is this? Okay. I said, he says, full government name, Dear Lana Oriani, the Idaho State Police received a public records request from you on 7/28/2025. Yeah, it is fucking, 2 months? I am requesting all lab reports 1 through 46 done by the Idaho State Police for Brian Kober case. I am requesting all emails and written communications between the Idaho State Police investigators and lab personnel. I am requesting all files that were turned over to the defense per discovery requests. The Idaho State Police Forensic Services is in the process of preparing for public release all laboratory and crime scene cases or all laboratory and crime scene case files in compliance with the state law. You'll be notified when those records are ready for release. What? So now my public request has turned into, we're just going to release it publicly on the website. And I'm like, what? I went back and forth, like detailed all this shit out. And so all my hard work now just gets publicly fucking available. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, shove it, Matt. If you have any further questions, I would love to discuss this with you, but you won't have to pay any money. I said, what? I said, your guys' dumps are just like nothing. I want details. And I need certain, like, you guys are just going to put out the lab reports. I want the emails. I want dates. I want certain things because I'm putting together a timeline because I don't believe that you guys didn't know about the blood that was on the sheath that was mixed with the victim's blood. I want to know these dates and how nobody would be concerned that it does not match the single source that you say you found on the 20th. So, like, why wasn't the mixture in the female DNA that's on the sheath? Why wouldn't that be just as of concern? Bastards, always up to something. Anyways, so here we go. Let's bring in these pictures and let's really focus on what they felt they needed to focus on back, whatever, on 11/19. Thank you, Nicole. I really appreciate you sending me an email yesterday. Oh, God. I was so tired. Cowbells, truths, hard facts, you know. They gave us photos of spices, so that makes up for it, right? I know. Like, who cares right now about that? We want the goods, okay? So let's take a look at this. Oh. Do me a favor, if you're just joining us, you're going to have an opinion of the video. So thumbs it up, thumbs it down, do something, make yourself known. Also use the comment section of the video to discuss any part of the video, whatever fancies your attention. Your opinions are welcomed. Alrighty. Hey, Nicole, I sent that to my other email. Can you just approve access there with that new email that I want to use? Thank you so much. Appreciate ya. I just sent a request. Yeah, we got to start talking about the Darley case. Thank you, Sherry. Want to support Atlanta's Discovery Fund? Yeah. Jiggly Melons. What a name! What a name, Jiggly Melons. Look out! Look out! I want to see a picture of Murphy. Did he have what on him? Blood? Oh. Well, Jiggly Melons. Not every day you get a name like that popping in your lives. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just trying to pull up from a new. I have a couple different email addresses, and I'm back. WB says I'm back. What's up? Oh, all I'm waiting for here is I just want to pull up the photos so I can have them on a certain PDF so I can expand on them better. Oh, Michelle, it's been a long time. What's good? Thank you. Okay, perfect. These were released on September 22nd, 2025. So in case you guys are wondering, and the Idaho, there we go. It's batch 3. It's considered batch 3. So these are the 602. Stay cool. Peace out. Thank you for all you do. I know you're only here for Karen Reed. Well, you know I'm covering Karen Reed to the fullest. Josie, thank you so much. All right. Couple things. So Martinez did this. She's one of the lab people. She was going to be testifying. She's from Idaho State Police Forensics. That's what that is. Tara Martinez. So 11/19. There you go. 2022. That's how she wrote her deuce. Roadway in front of 122 King Road. And this is what they were focusing on. Okay, look at this though. They were focused on these tire tracks. Okay. And because remember the car speeding away, right? And I'm over here like, now doesn't it kind of look like if you were just parked off in that area, that it would be a car that would be like burning rubber, like taking off so quickly to like go? What do you guys think about that? What do you think about these tire tracks here? Curious your I think these pictures that get so zoomed in, I'm like, what? Yeah, right there. What do you think? It's like, it's weird though, right? And then I'm like, because then I see that little tail spin and I'm like, what's that? I don't see skidding, right? The 130s will blow your mind. They'll blow your mind. It's a Hyundai Elantra. No way he burns rubber like that. And then I was like, okay, like nobody's burning rubber, but this is also, you guys, why are you taking? So then I said to myself, I'm like, actually, this picture means absolutely nothing because it was taken on 11/19. You know what I mean? The fuck? Yes, thank you there, Mama Hen. I was like, this doesn't mean shit to me now. These pictures, 11/19. Who cares? Line up the Elantra tires. Get the tires over there. Line them up. So curious your thoughts. They did then a tape measure across to see like, you know, how far it was from the start of the driveway. And look at the, yeah, there you go. This is what they did in the Brian Drake case. Let's see if they go all the way. Keep going. Keep going. Awesome. What great pictures. horrible pictures. What is this shit? You know, you can't even really see anything on these ones. I felt like when I was going through them. So we're going to get past this. And we're going to go to the next area. Now we see how they got to like 12,000 photos. Like, what is this? Sorry, but this is crazy. All right. Yeah. I wonder if they compared them to the tires when they eventually got the Elantra. Again, these were taken on the 19th. That means 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Count the days. How many days would have passed before like this could be anybody, and this is way after the murder. I mean, this is ridiculous to me. So thorough. They could match the tread pattern. Obviously, it didn't match Brian's, or they would have shouted it from the rooftops, right? It also tells me not only did it not match, I don't think it's just, was this not there on the 13th? The 14th? I mean, what the fuck? It gives me kind of Karen Reed vibes in a way. Like, you're going back to the scene 3 weeks later for what? Oh, it's just someone keeps sprinkling some shards. We gotta go pick up. Scavenger hunt. Okay. Come on, man. Oh my God, look at that piece. Can you imagine showing that to the jury? We got this 7 days later, but we think that it belongs to, it's part of the crime. Yeah, it's the getaway car. Fuck out of here. So dumb. There we go. That's it right there. That's the $1 million shot. I think Wiggly Lemons, is that the name? Wait, was that your name? Wiggly, wait, what was it called? What was that name? Wiggly Lemons, wait, something like that, wasn't it? Jiggly Melons. Oh, that was close. Wiggly, Jiggly, it's all the same. Jiggly Melons, thank you. God. Jiggly Melons. All right, let's get past. God, how many? 100, 101, 2, 3, 4. Wow. What's this? I don't know. Someone made a. Again, 11/19. 11/19 going back to the scene and taking these pictures on 11/19. Wow. Wow. Again, super not interested in looking for some palm prints. I don't know. They're looking for anything. All right, here we go. Let's get to the kitchen. There we go. Looks like we got a print there. There we go. We got some prints. There we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're back in the house here. And heading into the kitchen. So this would have been after they, I mean, look at all this shit that's in here with like these tubs. Okay. They have the stools. Awesome. They took that in. That's like a mini speaker. Look at that. Somebody's crunched that, drink cup. Saturdays are for the girls. Just some different angles here. Going back to the kitchen. We're at 167. Again, we're back in the kitchen. I cannot believe that they never, once they would have found out that there was a DoorDash, and look what they redacted. We're going to redact her name that's on the bag there, Xana. I can't believe that they never thought to themselves, should we see if someone's DNA is on this bag? Like the DoorDash driver or anything like that. Like, wouldn't that like be something that you'd want to go get? So they just here, but for our sake, they went ahead and they just redacted the name Xana. We've known it said Xana for like a long time. Interesting redaction there. Let's see, what do we got here? They just left all of the stuff out. So some of the fries. Very interested in the fries. Look at that. They must have known about that being a DoorDash. That's what that tells me. They know about the DoorDash on 11/19, and that would mean that they know about this DoorDash. That means that they would have talked to good old Molly. Not on 11/23 was the first time that they talked to Molly, like they made it seem in the 314 pages of the reports from Moscow Police Department. Now we're back upstairs on the third floor here, and they zoom. What are they interested in? I don't know. Maybe that would be opening up these refrigerators. Franzia, nothing like a good boxed wine, man. We saw this. They released this. They definitely did, because I've seen that open before. And now we're back outside. This is the order that they gave this to us, by the way. Got the Jeep. Let's see. More angles of the Jeep. I feel like we've already gone through these. Again, this will be 11/19, 2022. So almost a week later. Shitty weather. You can look and see how many times that they've entered the front door at the end of the evening, because based on the seals. So I got 1, 2. I can't tell there if there's additional, if there could be potential 3. But let's back out of there a little bit. I guess they wanted a picture of this cop car. Not sure. Let's see whose cars are around there. God, that oh, look at all the stuff that people put down. It really sucks. Okay, here's a good angle. Okay, see this black truck here, you guys? Is this potentially that black truck that goes driving along? Is that it? And then which house here is where Ava Wood, I think her name's Ava. Is it Wood or Woods? Which one is hers? She said that she was right across Caddy Corner, and she heard someone coming up the stairs. I'm just curious, is it this blue one here and the stairs that she's talking about, like right there in front of our faces? I don't know. But somebody was like jiggling her door. I'm still trying to, because it was like a 1-bedroom, I thought. I think she like lived alone. Very interesting though. What do you think is a value that they want by taking this picture? What is up? Welcome. Come on in. I was supposed to be doing this earlier, but I'm kind of glad to do it here in the evening. Get to be with all my night peeps. Damn. Sorry, all going mute as I don't have a knowledge to contribute to this case. Your knowledge is just fabulous. Oh my God, proof of corruption. Molly McMeth puts out a video, part 2, by Translucent. Get the fuck out of here. Stop tagging me in your shit. Girl wild. Is that a residence? Earning their money. It's 6:30 here in Southern Cal. Oh, I bet you the weather's nice in Southern Cal. All right, let's go back here. I'm going to make this bigger again for you guys. I can just be your voice. I'll be your voice. ASMR. Idaho4. Is that right? Okay. I'm always curious, like, well, what are they taking pictures of there? You know? All right, where's the black glove? Anybody see the black glove? Let's zoom in on the black glove. Let's go a little down. Black glove. Black glove. There it is. Isn't it right there? Black glove. Let's not like perform regular interviews. Is that it? Is that the black glove right there? Or no? I mean, why does that stick out to me like that's the black glove right there? What do you guys think? Lana, I tag you in my shit. I value your opinion. Oh, you can tag me all day. Translucent, she wild as fuck. She need to keep on keeping on. There it is. Do you see it? I think I see it. I just kind of circled it. Is that it right there? I thought I zoomed in enough. Is there a knife under it? Just kidding, guys. It's a rock. It's a glove. Girl, I'm going to have to rewatch because I need to be live now. We're live. Girl, I'm going to have to rewatch because I need to be live now. Yeah. Come with us now. Come with us now. Anyways, okay. All right, now let's take a look at so how I've done in this all is that okay, like this window right here for a fact has a dog. Doggy. Oh, there you go. Trying my best. Dog. Now I'm confused a little bit here, which is okay. So this window here, so the door is right there. Then these ones, you actually are over there to get in over here. Okay. And that's like the back of it. So, but the first level, you on this, as far as this side goes, on the ground level here, the doors are right there. So who lived in these apartments? And this is where Jacksonville Beach actually put to shame Idaho State Police. They went literally to every house in that area and wrote down the address and what house it was, and then who lived there, and then if they had a camera, if they didn't have a camera, and whatever they were interviewed on saying. I mean, we're talking like streets all over there. They were hunting cameras down, Nest cameras, Ring cameras, all that type of shit. And Moscow Police Department, as well as Idaho State Police, they just go around, don't write down what addresses they were going to, and it's a shit show. An absolute shit show. And there's just no organization to it. Anyways, so look at this van. All these days later, still parks like an asshole. Like, what? Okay, I was loving, so I can show you guys now. This picture is everything. This is the parking lot I'm talking about here. And somebody gets in a vehicle, and those are the lights that you see shining and reflecting off of over here. Okay. And that's what you can see from the 1122 cameras. And that's a minute before the car speeds away. And it's like somebody ran down the stairs in between, across from the house. And they got into this parking lot here where there was like a vehicle. I mean, it's just like it's exactly what happened. Oopsies. Or like, what are the odds that somebody is just getting in a car over there and turning it on to the point that your lights are reflecting off of that house that you could see it? But I was like, oh yes, perfect. I was like, so everybody can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Back over here. Huh. There we go. Now we're talking. It's a good angle. Did you know how tight that is coming down from there? When there's cars that are on the one side, there's usually cars that go a little further down. It's really tight. Been there, and if it's icy out, snowing, it sucks. See, good angle here. You could see how those doors are like that. It looks similar in the middle, but because it's up on a slant hill, that's why they need these stairs to like get up to like their door like that. But when you're talking about in the middle of the buildings that you're walking, it's not. You're already walking up the stairs that are coming from the street. Let me see if I can. Now they're back over to the house. I mean, these pictures are just all over the place. Let's see. Can't really see in the. Bethany's saying this is her room. Jesus. Oh, there's a good look. Okay. Let's see how many times at the evidence strip. 1, 2, I can see for sure. So that would have been they sealed up on 11/13, and then you would have sealed up on 11/14. I would like to see another angle because this is the 19th. Clearly they were inside the house, but they wouldn't have put their seal up yet. So, all right, let's take a look. Everybody wants to talk about this ladder. Okay, this ladder is not involved in any capacity. It's actually sweet how they have the electricity right there for you. Whoever their landlord was this shit being all over here like that. Very strange. What is that? What is that built off of the deck there? Oh, it's the wood. I never saw it from that angle. Okay, let's back out a little more. Nobody cares about this. You know, ooh, you get a nice little look over there of the moyes over there. Moyer. Oh, here it is. Look at the lovely. They open this. Why aren't we getting any looks of? Look at that. That is not how it was. The times that we've looked at these pictures outside, and it was like the backpack cooler. There it is. Look at that. Yeah, that's definitely been opened. It wasn't like that before that. Let's see if they get a little closer, or if they're even going to give us that picture. What the fuck? Oh, there it is over there. Don't know what they're taking a picture of here, though. Let's see. Maybe they think that's blood. Interesting. What the hell? Go back by the backpack. Oh, look at those. There's a good shot of the berries. Poisonous. I'd be getting up on those berries and see if any of them were been smashed. You know what I mean? I want to talk about somebody walking through. Too bad they knew that nobody like left on through there. Pictures of the backyard. Awesome. And then look at that. If they're like, this is my question. If you're not going to like, I don't know, take or use the trash for any type of reason, I swear it just keeps getting bigger. Like just more trash. Every day, just more trash. There's no way that that's how it was on day one. I'm telling you, that garbage has gotten bigger. Side of the house. I don't even know what that is. Anybody have a take on what is on the side of the house other than it's just dirty? Like, what was that shit that like stripping down? I mean, somebody like egged the house. The garbage definitely got bigger. I know, isn't there just like a lot more? it's really just, man. Anyways, again, so we're at 244 of the 602. Remember, they took 9. See, I would have gotten up on those, close to those berries, like when they would have first got there, and just seen if any of them had been, you know, squished, stomped on. Again, remember, this is 11/19, so almost 7 days later. And I guess this is when, what's his name? Jeffrey Talbot was like, listen, every time we went there, we took pictures, you know, documenting how it was before and after we left each time. And it's like, okay, the outside, there's elements out there. I guess, sure. I just think you could be doing that with a video recorder, but okay. Oh, wait, there's go. There we go. We'll go with this one. Look at that. That's a good angle. So they open this up. They don't take it into evidence, but they open it up. Okay. But they don't take it. And it's just like, that's someone's, you know, beer cooler. You know, nothing to see here, right? Dude, what? Don't you think that if you were talking about Jack Showalter possibly being like the guy back then, and you want to know who was over there and who was partying, hanging out, wouldn't you be asking, I don't know, the roommates, hey, whose is this? I mean, maybe they did. Maybe they, hey, can you tell us whose this is? Have you ever seen this before? Like, there's a backpack in the middle of the room. Whose backpack is that? You know, Bethany says that she, I think, grabbed a backpack, and then we know they said that Xana grabbed a backpack and started stuffing it with Ethan's jacket, and then a couple beers. Like, what? Why would they be grabbing a couple beers when they're going back to their house that has clearly cases? You can't make it from point A to point B, which is right across the street, without bringing a couple beers. That just seems off to me. Look at all these lights, everything that was still plugged in. If they didn't, you know, touch anything, that means, and change anything, that means that there was lights actually also in the kitchen that were on, like that. And I'm telling you, man, this trash just gets bigger and bigger. I'll tell you what, though, this house is like the central, like, talk about hanging out and everybody just coming and meeting in, like, kind of like the backyard, you know? And then, I mean, look at over here to your right. Like, look at how close that house is. Like, it's like right underneath you, you know? I'm curious where this couch came from and when they, you know, who put it out there. Because it's not just like, look at, like, that's out, like that. You see this at guys' houses. You see this, like, at guy party houses. It's very interesting to see this at a female, like, run house, you know? Anybody else have any takes on that? Like, I would expect this to be, like, at a guy's college house. We didn't have couches outside at our house. Now, granted, we went to the University of Cincinnati, and that'd probably welcome, like, homeless people just to come and chill on our couch. Didn't they just have a party? They just had a get together on Friday night, but I'm talking more like the couch and the chair. And even before they lived there, it was all girls before then. I would just expect that from a guy's house. Like, how about this? Who's gonna sit on that greenish, blackish chair? I'm never like, what is that? You know, you're not even facing like, it's just, it's like, sit here. It's almost like sit here, face towards the backyard, and you're in trouble type of chair. You know, yeah. WB says, that's some hillbilly shit right there. No one wanted to pay to have trash takeaway furniture. Huh? Lots of guys always. Maybe an Ethan touch. It's like a peeping Tom chair. What? That's hilarious. What the fuck? Oh, Wake Forest is a good school. Visited there. All right. So we are on, I don't even know, 300 and something. Let's see. Oh, we're only at 263. Damn. Now, one of the mainstream media folks were like, maybe it was Nancy Grace. The welcome mat is just not like something about the welcome mat. And I'm like, what? The welcome mat? I mean, I don't think there's anything eerie about that. They should get a little bit closer than that. Get those names. Get those names on those evidence locker. Like, you have to put your name or initial, the date. Check those seals. Going back in the house. You know, I think there's something to be said about the fact that this door was open and these pictures were taken so early on that, MPD did. And all of those leaves and shit, those were in there. And I just think that there's a strong, how are you tracking all of that in? And is it at all possible that it kind of would go, hey, was this door left open from 9 in the morning until noon? You know, and leaves were blowing in. I don't know how you could just track these leaves in there. I don't know. Leaves just stick to you like that? Mm. And then I want to point out the bathroom again. Like, this bathroom just sticks out to me like just like a sore thumb, man. I think in this type of a house, how there's no coats hanging on the coat hanger right there, like, dude, we would have been taking advantage of that like you wouldn't believe. Everybody loves convenience in college. Like, that's convenient right there. You know, for us to all have a jacket like right there. It would just be, they were looking to see if there was anything was forced entry there, you know, on 11/19. And that door looks pretty rough right there. And then here's these keys, you know, couple keys. We got one hat. Beer cans all over, man. Okay, this is the first. So this is a copy of the search warrant. One of their times in there. And so that's what that is. They always have to leave it there at the property. So this is, God, I want to get our hands on this puppy right here. Okay, that's your search warrant copy. Okay, so that's the back of the door. What's the mirror behind the door? Before you're going out looking fly. Whoopsies. Would love to know what those two little keys are right there. And I want to look at some older pictures and see if that's new. And I want to double check to see if these were on these hooks from the past ones. My guess is no. I remember them being over there more, but we'll see. That's let's see. It's on your keychain. It would be there might be spray of mace there, but yeah, that's mace. Okay. I think we go back at the bathroom here again, and let's take a look. So we have Dove soap, and then we have. Now think about this, ladies. Okay. If I'm using this as my bathroom, I believe that is a razor behind that, the Dove. Okay, and then, dude, come on. No mat, no like floor mat. That'd be pretty fucking slippery. That's just the. Okay, so here we are in this bathroom that I'm going to have all to myself if I'm Bethany, right? I'm like loving life. Like, dude, I get my own bathroom, okay? But there's no mat. Like, not one there, not one around the toilet, not one in front of the shower. And then, this is my sink. What the fuck is my toothbrush? Like, that's just a flat mirror. Okay. My toothbrush, where is my toothbrush? And then where is what? Dude, this is wild to me. This is just absolutely wild. Like, where's your hair flattener? Where's your curling iron? Where's any of your products for your hair? Like, come on. And then where's your towels? Like, and then where? Dude, I just, we're going to just leave that right like that. And then is that a tampon wrapper? Hold on. Girls, you know what I'm talking about. It is. I think that's totally a tampon wrapper. Why aren't you clicking on that, opening up, and taking a picture of what's in there? They better have taken. Yeah, there's no toilet paper. Somebody just, everything looks like it's been cleaned, or at least like the most part of it's like, I don't know, straightening it up or whatever, but this is just, And then the shower, so there's nothing here, but then the shower just, if you could see to the right, okay, so I can zoom in. Is that a fill? I just want to see what type of shampoo and conditioner, like, look at on the, is that like on the back? Is this where the towels are? Okay, what do we got here? What the hell is this? Wait a second. What is this black? Leaves in the day that there's leaves in my bathroom. Like, okay, wait. So there is a towel that looks like a robe. It's like a black nightie. Looks like 2 towels. Is it just one? Yeah, 2 towels. Okay. 2 towels right there. That's why they released these pictures. They're like, no, Bethany is fine. She has bathroom towels in there. I was like, yeah, where's any of her products? Dude, females getting all ready all the time. Sorority girls at that. You are utilizing that bathroom to get ready in. How would you not? And it would be the most it wouldn't be hot up there. You know, it would be cooler down to get ready down there. I struggle with where's the makeup? That's where I'd be getting ready if my bedroom was where Bethany is. I'm totally using that bathroom as my haven. That's a towel and a robe. Yes, Lindsay, I think it's actually 2 towels. 2 towels are there. We're going to call it a black nightie. So, yeah. And then they take a bunch of pictures again. I love the fireball, you know. I love fireball. They're taking a bunch of pictures of, like, there's nothing to really see there. Then they go back to the bathroom. I guess they want us to know. They just doubled up pics. They didn't realize what they were doing, but the fuck? Jeez. These are just doubling up the pics. Okay. Very interesting, those two. What the fuck? Very interesting, those 2 fireballs. They're like, it's like 2 people were together over there, standing there when they did them. Very strange. Roll of paper towels, but just like the roll, not the paper towels. Oh, that's a really clear picture, this one. Closed. I love all of the hooks, man. I'm just digging it. This is... I wonder why Gunderson wanted to get in here. He's like, what the hell's in that locked room? What is in there? Nothing to see here, Gunderson, but go ahead, call the landlord. We have no idea how to get in there. So I'm just flying through these. I just think it's... I don't think there's anything weird in here. I thought it was interesting that somebody wouldn't throw that away when they were done with it as far as the toilet paper roll, but whatever. Again, that's the front of the door. That's how it was locked. Oh, there it is. Search warrant. And oh wait, so here we're gonna see a good look at a pic here. Right, where is it? Not that one. Not that one. Ugh. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the, you know when she was like, yeah, we really deep clean, so there's probably gonna be, you know, hard to find stuff. Girl, this is not how you deep clean stairs. What the fuck is all that, right? That's what happens when it gets sticky and there's stuff that spills on your stairs that it's not water, it's like your drinks. I still cannot believe that somebody stepped on that McDonald's cup like that. It was standing straight up and straight down. How do you even step on it and it gets that type of a... That doesn't even make sense what they did. But look at that. Oh my God. What is this? What is this? You guys, what is this? What do you think that is? That's just really interesting pattern. You know? There's like not a cup that's laying there. It's interesting. I was trying to see like did something spill from like this top part here, you know? And it's like no, there's like just so then let's do some more dissecting over here. Very interesting. You know? Was there no close-up pictures back when they did this? Is it beer? Is it coffee? It's some type of stain. I don't think it's blood by any means, guys. I don't think it's blood. It looks like oh, I've learned in Idaho it's customary to menstruate on stairwell. Oh God, gross. Lana, when I'm on vacation, my shit is all over a bathroom, so I don't get this, right? I mean, always. And then think about like this is your house that you live in. And with the rooms, if your rooms, especially if your room's smaller, you know, I don't want my room to be taken up with like, I don't need a vanity area because, dude, I get the you know the downstairs and my room's the only room that's downstairs, and there's a bathroom down there that I get, you know, and it's pretty spacious, way more spacious than the one that Kaylee and Maddie were using upstairs. But you know, also in college, you want to like, you know, get ready with your friends and you're drinking but you're like, you still need your room. You still need your space. So I would just think that you should be bouncing around more. That's just me. That's, you know, not a bad assumption there. Sweet and salty. Too many visitors to leave shit in the bathroom. Could be. Could be. Not sure. Okay, moving along here. We're at 345 out of 602. So something that, remember how I said that they took the TV? Well, from these new angles of pictures that we get, they didn't take the TV, you guys. They pushed the TV and made the TV. Wait till you see this. This is when I learned this. I was like, okay, interesting. Because I started looking at these pictures, and this is an angle that you can see a little bit of black there on the left side. Yeah, that's just the television. Okay. And now think about this on 11/19/2022. This is what the inside of the house still looked like. And then I paid attention to, okay, so they didn't take any of this shit, your router, modem, nothing. They still have this boot, Doc Martin, in the middle of and then I was like, wait a second, they moved the duffel bag or your backpack, whatever. They moved that. Okay, there's the Doc Martin. There's the shoe. I mean, there's the sock. That straw. I'd want to know whose straw that is. Like, I'd want to know who that straw belonged to, because I wouldn't be trusting people. But right here, just one, a sock and one boot. And I think as a cop, I would be thinking to myself, well, that's interesting. Dylan had just talked to me about how she heard these Doc Martens running. You know, we heard the Doc Martens and we all have Doc Martens and blah, blah, blah. And there's just one Doc Marten all the way unzipped. Okay. And I say it all the way unzipped because I don't know about you guys, but dude, I'm so quick with like, take, you know, all the way unzipped. One boot, one sock. The other boot is by the couch. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Now the backpack is now, and I was like, let's see what's in this motherfucker. The backpack is now over on to Jan Sport. I was like, okay, like what's in there? Do we got any pics of seeing what's in there? No, Lana, you don't get to see that shit. I'm like, why? Why does it fucking matter? God, I can't drink Bud Light Lime. I don't know how people can. There's a coffee cup there. There's a pic looking down. I swear this stain was not there on those other pictures. Maybe it's just such a bad, like, I don't know if it was bad angle. I don't know if it was bad lighting. It was really dark, but I'm chalking it up. It was just shitty quality of pictures. The knife went back to, they actually took that in as evidence, I believe. They should have. All right, yeah. And now I'm trying to find the blood on the banister. Anybody find it when they were going through any of these? And then I said to myself, wait, that's probably going to be a picture that they don't give us. Let's zoom in there. Like, what the fuck is that? You know? Okay. So then we coming over by the TV. And I was like, whoa, this right here. First of all, is that Cards Against Humanity? I love that game. Which one's that one? Do or Drink? Never played the Do or Drink game, but I love like Cards Against Humanity. Look at this. Why is there a sock? Like, what is this? What is that? Is that really a sock? Very bizarre, right? But this is when I found out. I was like, oh, they didn't take the TV. And God. There's a TV. And I know that they weren't watching it. And they took the fire stick behind it, but I was like, this is the first time we get this angle to say like, okay, wow, the TV's still there. They just moved it. But now we have socks here, or sock. And that's sweet and salty. That's exactly what I said. Nobody is watching television with all of that shit in its way. When the TV was turned, I said, no. I said, you guys know how pissed you would be. Like, you'd have to move. I said, the tree, that wasn't it. I said, those cups and stuff, those were more in front of, I said, for sure was the White Claw. And that type of stuff would be like, it'd bother me. But, So, I don't know where these socks come from, though. Whatever. That's typical. God, they just have these cups everywhere. Their Starbucks cups are all over. They already put out their Christmas stuff. You know, I don't know if you guys saw that, but they were decorating for Christmas. I usually don't do that until after Thanksgiving, but What is it called? Do or Drink. Designed to get you and your friends wasted. You guys, I gotta look up doordrink.com. Let's see how it works. Questions. Do or drink game. Okay. You can get it. The do or drink game. Win or hydrate. What? Do or drink. They have do or drink date night too. Let's see. How does it go? Okay, do or drink game at Amazon. This is how it works, guys. Now, bestseller. Designed to get you and your friends fucked up. Win or blackout. Shut the hell, you guys, I can't make this up. It legit says win or blackout. Take turns doing the cards to see who drinks. 1 point black, 2 points for red. There's 350 cards. So the first question is DM your last ex, in quotes, I miss you, or finish your drink. All right. You guys want to play? Next one. Okay, you either get a point or you have to drink. Okay. So DM your last ex, I miss you, or finish your drink. Next. Go pantyless. Go pantyless for 1 round or finish your drink. Okay. You get 1 point if you do that. Number 3. Do a trust fall into the arms of the person to your left or drink twice. What? Do a trust fall? Oh shit. Okay. Now those are from the black cards. Now these are from the red cards, which is 2 points. Okay. All right. Let the group go through your phone's photo gallery for 60 seconds. Do this. Take 2 shots or quit playing. Those are your options. I either get to go through your phone for 60 seconds or you can take 2 shots. Dude, what? I love it when Lana gets to laughing. This is crazy. Oh my God, this is great. This is the next card. This is a red card. Give a lap dance to the person on your left. Do this, take 2 shots, or quit playing. Oh my God. Next one. Pick 2 other players to form a human pyramid with. Do this successfully, or all of you drink 3 times. Definitely, nope, you're not going through my phone. Give me that shot. Give me that fireball. Fireball. Damn. I mean, we played games like this when we made up we didn't need cards for it. We knew how to ask the questions. I'll scroll through it, girl. My phone is wild. Lana, there is new body cam footage out of Molly the DD out. Yeah, I'm going to show that in a second. Molly Wild. Take a line of Coke or quit playing. Just kidding. That's not a card. Oh God. Eat a spoonful of raw coffee grounds or finish your drink. Give me my drink. Coffee grounds? What? Next one. They have oh God. In the game, then you could possibly turn over a card that says Joker, Quick, Double, Dicks, or Blondes. And the Joker cards say stuff like this. Tell a joke. If nobody chuckles or laughs, you must drink twice. Then it says Quick on top, and it says keep this card and use it at any time by touching the floor with both hands. When you do this, everyone else must do the same. The last person to do so must drink. Then there's a double card, and it says, keep this card and use it at any time to force another player to double what they are supposed to drink. And then the dick cards are called dicks. All males must drink. And then the blondes are all blondes must drink. The brunettes, have at it. I just spit out my water. You guys can bundle and save, and you guys can buy Act Out or Blackout. That's wild. I want some more cards. Spin a bottle and make out with the person it points to. Both of you must do this and take your pants off, or you must take 2 shots. What the fuck are you guys doing? Perv shit. No, I'm kidding. Let the group view your search history or finish your drink. Here, go ahead. See all that porn. Oh, it's great. You guys love it. See, I would be. This is the type of shit me and my friends did. So we just made up our own game. So we made up our own cards. I just think it's funny that it says it on here. Win or black the fuck out. Okay. Anyways. If you haven't played games like that, you the weirdo. You weird. You sus. Okay. Oh, there's the TV. Socks. Socks and TV. Very bizarre. How bizarre. There it is. There's the boot. Okay. So, super interesting. That tells me when Maddie got home, she came up the stairs and sat on the couch and literally flung off her shoes, and that's where they landed. That's what that tells me. And she sat right there on the edge of that couch and did it. Nothing like some high news. See all those lights on? A lot of lights on. A lot of lights on. Lots of lights. These are pretty similar. Oh, there we go. What's in the bag? What do you guys think? Is that like a beer? Let's see. What's in? What's that? Anybody want to take a guess? Oh, Critical Mind says, aren't Maddie's boots in her room? I think that they are, aren't they? Her jeans and her docs are in her room. Oh, Kaylee wasn't wearing her boots. Were in her room. Why has no one brought up all of the rat traps? Where are their rat traps? Bud Light or a shirt or a second bag? I like that. Good guess. Looks like a jacket. I wish they opened it up for us to see. But why? There's a Jesus sandal, another sock. Those white shoes that somebody wore with a black dress, and I was like, wow, okay. I swear it's Xana. Okay, going back to here. Jansport. We were on 380. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Open them up. Oh, yeah. New Phone Who Dis. You guys ever play that game? New Phone Who Dis. Love it. Bye, Felicia, the game. Wait, what's the Bye, Felicia game? Let me check that out. Bye, Felicia. I didn't even check that out. Bye, Felicia. Bye, fall back, bitch. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia, the game. Okay. By Felicia. BG Creative by Felicia. You can get it at Walmart. Let's see. What a name, though, man. How do you play it? Come on. All right. Bye, Felicia. Where's the rules? Where the rules at? There's a timer. It's kind of like, is it kind of like categories? Oh, yeah. TV sitcoms, foods you can eat with ketchup, brands of toothpaste. It's like a new version of playing categories almost. Something like that. Anyways, new phone, who dis? All right, looks like a lay. And then looks like a teddy bear. Looks like tampons, like I told you guys, wrappers, tampies, scissors. Okay, boom, got it. Oh my God, you guys are gonna love me. Ready? They weren't watching television. Dude, there's no way the TV remote is in that drawer if they were watching television. Vampire Diaries. Nobody puts the remote away. Get out of here, okay? No friggin' way. If that's a TV remote right there, not buying it. That TV remote would have been out on and in that couch somewhere. Period. I was looking all over for the TV remote, though. Interesting. Right there with the purple OK. That looks like that's one of the... Everyone's like, that could be an old remote. You guys, go find me a remote in that living room. Go find me a remote. I don't see any remotes in that living room. But hey, if they had a Fire Stick, the Fire Stick has a remote. Yeah, but they have a TV too. There it is. Like I said. Yeah. I just know. Come on, man. When's the last time you took your remote and you're like, okay, let me put this back where I should, but we don't. And then I'm always like, God damn it. Where's the remote? That TV was a Toshiba. Is that there's like two different remotes there. And we would have to check. Anyways, where's the remote at? Go find me one. I thought that the thing that was on the ledge, that black thing, I thought that could be a potential remote. They don't get in close enough. But use the comment section of the video. Find me that remote. I'm saying if I'm watching Vampire Diaries, okay. Oh my God, hey guys, let's watch Vampire Diaries. Okay, my remote's like right there on the couch. Hold on, guys, let me put it away. Okay, do you guys want to watch another episode? It paused on us. I don't know. I don't buy it. I only put mine up after I'm done with TV and turn it off. Yep, and that TV was still on. Just bizarre. Anyways, who knows? Just things to think about. God, those cups. And then they move the table and those cups just still stay perfectly. These guys are good. The cups just stay perfect. Oh, is there any blood? They were trying to get down up in. I was trying to see there's blood on the ground there. Man. That's really pretty. Somebody bought a new dress and someone was like, hey girl, you left your tag on. You're like, oh shit, I really want to still return this. Now I have to like pull it off. Your friend caught you. You guys ever have those, the guns that you can snap the tags back on? Oh yeah. I had like a couple of those. If you know, you know. If you worked apparel ever. All right, now we're heading into the kitchen here. And lights are on in the kitchen. Don't know if anybody turned them on, but they're on. And we're going to go straight for the, well, I don't know. They just want to throw this in here really quick, but these are the stairs to go upstairs to the 3rd floor. That's, I would say it's like a pantry, but closet, whatever. Now, those 2 purple bins, I think they get put out into the kitchen at some point because they're there. Couple blankies. Interesting angle. Okay. Let's back out a little bit. Come on, get me into the kitchen. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, as you can see, this is going back to, like, these are so out of fucking order. Because, God, okay, what do you guys think about this towel just bunched up over here like that? Like, somebody spilled and they're just like, clean up a little bit and then put it right there. Right? It's right next to the cabinet on the left side. Okay, so this is before they move everything. That's how, like, that's what I was saying. Like, this is out of order because this to me doesn't seem like these pictures are from the 19th. Also, your stools aren't laying down. Yeah, see, there's nothing on the table. I know they were putting things on the table and they were taking things off. See, all your 4 stools are right there. These pictures seem like they're from the day of, but they're not. See, they got the evidence tape on them. Now there's one. Okay. This is the 19th. But all that shit was. This is interesting. But anyways, let's go to the kitchen so we saw Brian's all the way that, like, he lived. And now here's how college people that I hung out with lived. Yep, we have all of our shit in, some plates. Okay, because probably most of them are dirty. We definitely didn't have stuff in random places though. Like, I don't know why they're taking a picture of this. Macaroni and cheese. Where's did they have underneath the sink is where the garbage can would be? Like, where's their actual garbage can? Maybe this is why they can't throw anything away because I don't see any garbage cans, man. Where's the kitchen garbage can? I feel like somebody cooked macaroni and cheese when they came home. The night of the murders, I swear. That macaroni and cheese is just ripped perfectly. Like somebody was like, I'm making mac and cheese. And they got the pot and pan bowl out. And then here's the top of that. They obviously didn't need it. Whoever needs that to put on their their pot. But back to the back. Oh, 11:35, 11:19. 11:36. What did somebody make right here? that? No pulp. I mean, I know what they were using this for. They were using it to make like mimosas. Oh, is that mac and cheese? Fuck, it is. Someone strained the water right there. Mac and cheese. Woohoo! Yep. Who had mac and cheese? I'm telling you, that mac and cheese was made that night. That is a total college move. I don't know what that is, but what a waste of perfectly good popcorn. The butter's still out. Mm. The butter goes into macaroni and cheese. Dude, somebody made mac and cheese. Ryan, exactly. You know what? I'm going to boil some water. I'm going to have mac and cheese tonight before bed. Give me my mac and cheese. See? Plates. No bowls. Fuck bowls. Some cups. Some mugs. Tumblers. Yeah. There we go. Cleaning supplies. Love it. That's what I'm talking about. Garbage bags, normal shit. Are you guys black garbage bag in the kitchen, or are you guys white garbage bags in the kitchen? What do you guys like in your house? Oh, there we go. Meal prep. Oh, sandwich baggies. Check the knives. Ooh, what's that? The Idaho keys over there. Interesting. So what are we? Black, white? We got a mix. White, a lot of white. I'm a whiter in the kitchen. White. You know. Just some pots. All right, now we get to go to the kitchen. Looking for a good time. Wait, what? Yeah, looking for a good time. Holla. Right there. I want to buy that. That's sweet. Looking for a good time. Call someone else, ho. Love it. Hell yeah. Looking for a good time? Call someone else, bitch. That's my type of humor. Gray hefty. I only have an 8-gallon can under my sink. Okay. Now, do you guys like your garbage bags to be scented or not scented garbage bags? Like, what are you? Scented or not scented? Don't get mad. Get glad. All right, here we go. Into the fridge. There we go. Now, this is college, baby. Nobody ever would fill the Bretta. There it is. See? Hardly any water. Love it. Total college move. I'm going to say this strikes me as like, did they like to cook and eat together a lot? Because no wonder none of their alcohol could be in the fridge. They have all this shit in there. And Mary's like, this bothers me. This scares me. And girl, thank you so much. Gifted a Truth and Transparency membership. Somebody snatch it up. When I'm filthy rich, I use scented. When I'm I have to settle for breezing my shit with my unscented bags. That's great. So here we go. It's just, yeah, it's just a lot of, you know. I mean, look at this. Ranch, French, Sweet Baby Ray's, Italian. Like they got a lot of like, what is that? Balsamic. Do they eat a lot of salads? Let's zoom in. There it is. Are those sweet pickles? We got the deli meats, eggs. I wonder if they did like like family style like cooking, like where they all like let's cook together, like it's like a little, you know. We did that, not every night, but I just don't recall. I mean, think about it. If you got 6 girls, okay. Oh god, now we're going up to the freezer. Why is there fruit in there? Oh no, that's just still okay. We're not there yet. Yeah, I mean, this is typical for me. Everyone's just stuffing their shit in there. Here we go. Family style packets. Let's see. How's the chicken? Is the chicken in bulk? Yep. Green beans. Yep, chicken. Looks like patty. Are those hash browns? Right there, hash browns. They seem like they like to make shakes. Like the frozen fruits and shit. Somebody like to do shakes. Like, yeah. That's what I see. Hell yeah. There it is. Great, my voice is going. Wow. Oh, here we go. Let's check out the dirty dishes. There they go. All the bowls. Yep. There you go. I wonder if they were dirty or clean. I think it. Now, we would yell at each other if somebody ran that like that. Like, why didn't you stuff the rest of it? Or it looks like somebody may have peeked in to grab some stuff before the rest of, we say if you open it, you've got to take it out, take it all out. Spices and, yeah. I would not be surprised if a lot of those spices are from when the girls lived there the year before, because it's like, here, I'm just going to leave this to you, because that's how, like, this house was just, like, kind of just, like, gifted to the next friends of the friends. And so, like, that's how it would, like, stay in, like, the circle of friends. Like, that's how that whole area would be, like, Greek, is because it kept getting passed on, to sorority sisters and fraternity brothers and shit like that in that area. So I wouldn't be surprised if you went through some of this stuff and you come across and be like, holy shit, this is from like 2016. I'm not even playing. All right, what do we got here? Remember she said she'd gotten her cupper. She's like, I went in my cupboard and got something, or I don't know how he even worded it, but dude, a random fucking fireball just chilling there. That's an ADD moment right there. That's just like, I was grabbing chips and I sat down my fireball to like look through to get what I wanted, and I left my fireball, That's what that reminds me of right there. Just total ADD moment, And then you start looking all over for your fireball and you're like, what the fuck? I just had it, Where's the medicine cabinet? Have we got to the medicine cabinet yet? Everybody has a medicine cabinet, right? Give me my medicine. Get all up in there. Is that cookie dough? Okay. God, where's like all the good snacks? There's no snacks in this house. We need snacks. Where's like your fruit by the foot? Where's your gushers? What the fuck? Where's my snacks at? Marshmallows. Total, like, there's just no chips, like no snacks. What do you guys think? They didn't eat much there. They ate out. Maybe. What's up, Carson? Where you been, baby? Please look at the full cup. Yeah, the full cup. That, remember how when you're ordering a meal and you get DoorDash, so it comes with a drink? Somebody, I guess, just didn't want to drink their drink, you know? Maybe they got two, don't know. Where's the freaking chocolate? I know, right? Where's like gummy bears? Where's like anything that's just like, you know, that stuff that you shouldn't eat? Come on, everybody has it. Yeah, don't know. Maybe they have it in their rooms, you know, like they each have it, because people, I'm telling you, snacks, those go. So people are like, I got to keep this in my room because so-and-so's going to get into my stash. You know, you're on your period and you're just like, God, I want something sweet. Where's my chocolate? You know. You've seen all these before. I'll tell you what, for someone to be brutally stabbing people, and for this house and these stairs to barely, wait, right there. I just feel like there should be There should be way more, you know, especially if somebody's going quickly or just got interrupted or whatever they're trying to say. He had to have wrapped this knife in clothing. Like when he was moving from room to room. I mean, you guys saw the stabbing on the subway, right? But do you see how the guy that actually did the stabbing, right? The way that it happened, and he just kind of like walks away or whatnot. Just go watch like the transfer. Watch that transfer. Have you guys seen? I mean, if you can handle the stomach, I would say go watch the one that Megyn Kelly puts out. But for people to get a grasp of what the floor was like, and all right, what else do we got here? Going back up. See, what about this leaf right here? How does the leaf get up there? You know, how do you track it like that? Like it's still on you. Like, just really bizarre. Did a cop track these in? Because that's just, I feel like you almost have to try to get a leaf up there. You know, the fuck do you get a leaf up all the way up there? If you're coming in, I guess, from the back door, I don't know, man. I just think that, how are you tracking a leaf all the way up there? Not just one. I think there was a couple. And now I just feel like you get a totally different sense when you come upstairs. I feel like this is like whoever lives upstairs, I would think that these people were older than the people that live downstairs. I would also think that there's a potential that they've lived there longer, the way that it's decorated. But it's just, I feel like it's 10 times more straight and clean. I don't know. Another coffee cup there. They did go get coffee that morning on Saturday. And then you got your two fridges here. I think one's obviously Kaylee's, one's Maddie's, and it was what they had when they went to college and they kept them, and you would, for their dorm room or being at the sorority house, you would still, oh, there we go. See, this is what I would expect to see. This is the, what is that on the left? What is that? Are those eggs? Now that's interesting. This is somebody that doesn't trust the other people. This is someone who's just like, dude, I'm going to keep my shit here. You guys can fuck with all that. What is that on the left? Is she soaking? Is it like she's marinating something? Leaf tracking police. You like that? Leanna, you find the weirdest shit, man. I swear. Atlanta, go back to the picture before the kitchen showing a surge protector. I think that was blood. Dog food? Oh, not bad. Okay. Potential. I like the dog food. Anybody else? What they think about? I like that dog food one. Wet food? Is it wet dog food? Pop the bubbly. Now, it's like egg whites, eggs. Are those chocolates right there? I think, are those chocolates? I don't know. Okay, let's see what else we got. Now, oh boy. Okay, so the left one versus the right one. So this is not much in it. And that just kind of blows my mind, because why wouldn't you put the drinks in here to keep it cold? What are they doing? We didn't go through her drawers. Weird. I don't know. I don't think that that's necessary. One, two, 3 cups. 3 cups. Oh, really? I cannot believe that they did not blur out the panty and bra drawer. Like, somebody that's a perv is totally having a field day right now. Okay, you know that they're just staring at that shit, probably thinking that they could play scratch and sniff still. Like, what a bunch of, I think that should be blurred out. That's ridiculous. I was shocked when I saw that. Cherries and vodka. Vodka's clear. Could have been a diary in the drawer. Well, I'm just shocked. I mean, they've been blurring everything out. They need to blur out the bras and panties. We know there are pervs. Probably a perv is watching and listening right now, and they just got hard. So let's not kid ourselves. Can you? Okay, something funny is I would pay money though to have Jail R explain that drawer to us. Can you imagine him going through these photos? Now, here is, he would get all like hot and bothered. I think he'd be a little embarrassed. I'd be like, okay, we're gonna skip that. A Silent G says, busted, but I would pay money to hear JLR describing these pictures and come across that and be like, and Magnolia's like, JLR, you cheating on me. So JLR's description would be priceless. And for the record, if you guys don't know this, I am a fan of JLR. Okay. Ain't nobody gonna pound the pavement like JLR. He gets out there. We may not be on the same side of cases in terms of what I think happened or he thinks happened, but I'll tell you what, can't say he's not trying to get the information and get it out there. And if you want to know who is out there, school shooting, boom, or shooting or whatever, it's, he's on it. So he a go-getter, and Magnolia is just back there like his little editor, I feel like, popping stuff up on the screen and telling him things or getting things. He ain't in bed, bitches. I know all you. There's people out there that have disabilities. You're allowed to be in the bed, but there's people out there that do not have disabilities, and they are just bedbound bitches and internet trolls. And they usually have fat fucking fingers and they can't type. So keep that in mind. Karen, why'd you do it, Karen? Why'd I do what, JLR? I'm free, bitch. Yeah, I told him, I was like, you're on the wrong side on that case. He was down in Idaho, like literally putting cameras on everybody's faces, and I think it was Emily Lott's dad. Emily Lott's dad was like, listen, motherfucker, if you don't get that shit off, I'm suing you. He posted something about Emily, made a video or something, and it was about the key to the house or something like that. And Emily's dad went berserk. I'll never forget that. I am disabled, but I'm out here making moves, honey. Mama hen. Girl. You flying. JLR is coming to my Airbnb. You should come the same weekend. He is? What? When is JLR coming to your Airbnb? What the fuck, are you cheating on me? I'm not going to go in JLR. Is there? Am I having foursome? Me, you, Magnolia, JLR. Girl, what you think? This Swinger Town? This is not Chandler Gardner. This is... You better take pictures. Make sure he signs the book. Do people do that at your guys' Airbnbs where they like sign the book and say, so-and-so, these are the dates I was here. I loved it. Next time, can you get me some more K-Cups? Let's see. Okay. Now, this is what I picture a bathroom to look like, right? Look at all that shit. Tons of shampoo, conditioner, and good brand. This brand right here, hella expensive right there. This is good ass product in that bathroom. Then you mean you actually are going to use something to wipe your body? Like, oh yeah, there's our loofahs. That's just, so unless all these girls came up here to shower, which I would be not having that. I'd say you have a bathroom downstairs, you're going to use that. Or like, yeah. So, but this is how your bathroom should look. Look at, oh my God, there's floor mats. There's bathroom mats. It looks like a bathroom to me. Oh my God, you have toilet paper? Holy shit, really? Wow. And then here, their mirror, I guarantee you, there's toothbrushes behind there. Do they open it? Are they going to give us that full? But see how small this is? The bathroom on the first level is way bigger than this. That shower is tiny, but it's really, if you're going to get it on, would you rather be in this upstairs shower or would you rather be in the downstairs bathroom? It's just a no-brainer. An absolute no-brainer. There it is. All that shit's worth a lot of money right there. It's good product. Oh my God, imagine that. Oh, no way. Remember I told you guys there'd be tons of razors? Yeah. Even if it's just you by yourself as a female, like I always feel like I have more than one razor. I don't know. Oh, let's take a look here. If you were in the bathroom, look at how Payne says, yeah, right, Molly McMichael motherfucking looking up in here. Are these people, do they think we're dumb? And look at, oh, do we really think that was open like that? No, I don't. I don't think that was open. I want to go back and check out. I know for a fact it wasn't open. I think they opened it to take this view. Yeah. How can Molly McMichael look in there? Like she's not seeing anything. Stand next to it. See where you would be. There you go. Evidence. 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 Yep. Get up in there. Oh yeah. Open it up. Oh yeah. What do we got? What do we got? Oh my God. What? Oh, imagine that. Toothbrushes. No way. Dude, what? Why does this have to be blurred out? What do you think it is? Oh my God. I hope it's condoms. What do you think it is? What would have to be blurred out there that you have in your bathroom? Maybe it's, oh, imagine that. Toothbrushes. One of those is Maddie's. One of those is Kaylee's. Might as well, somebody has a retainer. You should have blocked that out. That's not nice. You know. What do we think it is? What do we think it is? Medication. Great answer. All the drugs. It's probably birth control. Rihanna. Stone made a good point. We haven't seen a dog bowl. Oh, yeah. I like that point. Well, we haven't been in Kaylee's room either. So I'm going to go with medication. Okay, I guess you guys are right. It's definitely, it's definitely not condoms. Dental dams. Maybe a merkin. Again, give a shout out to Jen. She's been over here for 30 months, baby. Thanks for your brains, Lana. Thank you for being here. 30 months, long time. Remember, if you turned green earlier, it was because of Mark B. 10 memberships he bought. Hot damn. And then my girl Josie, she is all over the Karen Reed case. Stay cool. I will. And peace out. She's a good one. Indy Cindy. What a name. Lana, I tagged you in my shit. I value your opinion. I'm going to play the translucent video. Don't worry. 9th inning win for my Yankees. Postseason, baby. Sherry D has been a member for 15 months. Sherry, it feels like only like 2 months. That's just how much true crime just flies. Chantel, she became a YouTube member. Cheers, girl. I love it. Annie Girl R, she bought somebody a membership. Jenny, I missed this one. Jenny from the block, girl. Jenny bought 5 memberships for other people. If you turn green because of Jenny, she wanted to make you an alien. Annie Girl R giving out a membership. Cheers, Annie Girl R. Leaf policing, says Carson's mom. And JLR is coming to my Airbnb. And for whatever reason, she wants to have a threesome with us. The best 27 months of my life. Oh, shit. You guys crack me up. Please check the kitchen floor. It looked like a piece of lettuce on the floor, which means the dog never went down there. The dog would have ate the lettuce. Is that what you're saying? Well, there's more. So let me get to the end here. We're at 586. Love the fact. Oh, imagine. Whoa, guys. What do you think this is blacked out for? Totally condoms now. Is that dog bowl? No, I'm kidding. 2 different areas blocked out. Yep, didn't have to block out anything in the downstairs bathroom. Oh my God, look at, they actually opened up and looked inside. Why didn't they do that in the downstairs one? because whatever's in that one is probably sus to us. 590. This is the good angle shot to see when they first arrive. If you can see that it's like, there's no way Molly saw somebody in the upstairs third floor. I call absolute bullshit on that. Molly, piss up a tree. I don't trust anything she says. Oh God, now we're back. This is the second floor bathroom. This is what couldn't be. Look at they're giving us, and they're like, here, people are freaking out, so we're going to give you guys all of this. Here we go. Maybe do these people really think that these are real people? You are so loved. What a wonderful thought it is that come of the best days of our lives haven't happened yet. Going through things you never thought you'd go through will only take you places you've never thought you'd get to. No thanks. Maybe they thought that these people were like, who are these people? Gosh, what a foreshadowing wall. People are going to run with this. This is Emma. Emma's second on a lollipop. They're magazine cutouts is what it looks like to me. The reason I was bringing up, wow, we can actually see this now because the Idaho State Police put out the pictures and they were like blacked stuff out. It was really weird, but whatever. Oh, back over here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, let me see some berries. Oh, there's that cigarette butt. Look at that. Who is smoking? God, it looks so old, doesn't it? Let me get a little closer. What kind of cigarette is it? God, somebody smoked it all the way down like that. Is that normal? I'm not a smoker, if you couldn't tell. But that seems like taking it all the way down. Oh, here we go. Oh, there it is. Camel. Nothing like a good camel. Seems like it's been there for a long time. Get that camel. There's what I've been asking about. There she is. I want to see those pics. I asked for those pics. Woody says, why the hell are you so funny, girl? I'm over here just giving you my take on if I was just scrolling along at home like, da, 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 da. Oh, there you go. We're going to get homeless cigarette length. Exactly. Yeah, menthol camel. Who has those? Give me the pics on that old school Kodak. Look at this. Look at this. God, I want to see the date. Like, where was this purchased? You can't find these anymore in the stores. I don't care what anybody says. And that's the 602nd picture. I'm going to go to Walmart tomorrow and I'm going to ask them, hey, I need to get a disposable camera. Do you guys have one? Look at that puppy. So pristine. Oh, remember back in the day, if it was on the red, it meant like it was out. You had like no more. What is that number on there? Oh, come would tell you how many pictures you've taken or how many you have left. Truth seeking, nothing like a good drunk. They better have gotten those printed right. They had to have, right? I mean, how dumb could you be? But then again, it's Idaho. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed this. You know, best 29 months of my life. Holy shit. This is Whippoor Will? Is it, am I saying that correct, Will? 29 months. Will. Oh, my love. Okay. I'm sure they will never show those pics. Well, we're going to go ahead and ask for them. Walmart has a few for underwater. Yeah, but you can't find the exactly. I'm going to ask them. And if I find them, I'll take pictures and I'll post them on my community page. So there you have it. I told you guys it was a 3-hour live. I was going to do Charlie, Karen Reed, Idaho4. Take it all in. Depending on which case is your cup of tea. Tonight, the live got it all in there. I do appreciate you guys coming and joining me this evening. And I do apologize for the different times that were set earlier. I will be live again tomorrow. Join me. Court says that you can find those at Target. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Target. But why would you ever buy one? You would never. I would never. I have my phone. Okay. I could take the best pictures. Why would I ever go and buy one of those? But it seems like there'd be a reason, you know. Maybe it was like they had a hidden book, like a burn book from like Mean Girls, you know. And if like you passed out and at the party, then we took a picture with like we drew a dick on your face or something like that, you know. But Mama Hen says they are making a comeback, so look out. Again, thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Comments in the comment section. Thank you guys for being live chatters. And Idaho's come with these next couple big dumps. Oh, wait, you know what? I forgot something. I have to play Translucent's video. This fucking whack-a-dack. I heard she made a video after I said that. Go get them, translucent. Here, let me share this. Translucent. Trans shit. Here we go. Translucent. Oh, there it is. I actually like her crazy ass.
Road apartment
Okay.
complex.
Ready? Here we go.
Hey there, true crime enthusiasts. Let's dive into a mind-bending theory that's got everyone talking. Picture this. Linda Lane surveillance footage shows a vehicle passing around the Queen Road apartment complexes 4 times that night. The state claimed this was Brian's car, right? But hold up. Plot twist incoming. Now we read from a recent cop doc drop that the 2 undercover cops on Banfield say they were patrolling the same route that night. So here's the kicker. Their vehicle is nowhere to be seen on the video. Could it be that what we're actually seeing is the police car, not Brian's?
Ever wonder what goes on in the dead of night? Let me take you on a ride along with Officer Testall. Picture this. It's pitch black and we're cruising the same loop around 500 Queen Road apartments, again and again. But wait, there's a twist. At 2:55 a.m., Testall makes his final pass. He spots individuals outside of 1122, one of them being blonde. We think that is Maddie and Bethany, letting the dog out. According to his report, moments later, he's entering Banfield where he detains the 3 boys. The problem is, rewind a bit. At around 2:55 a.m., the Linda Lane footage doesn't show any vehicle making the loop. At 3:55 a.m., we see a vehicle, which they say is Brian. But what if the camera is 1 hour off?
Potential. Or
the camera installed at Linda Lane is a Rolink brand. It uses a SIM card to record video and resets every 72 hours. We checked with customer support and the date and time doesn't automatically correct itself, being that the camera lacks Wi-Fi connectivity. Instead, a user is required to adjust the date and time via an app which they need to pair their phone via Bluetooth. Since the clocks went back the previous week, we're wondering if the time was still on the summer daylight savings. Since Molly, the DoorDasher, dropped off food several times that night to the Queen and King Road homes, could it be that the tan sedan with the male driver having red hair was in fact Officer Testall?
I see a white pickup here. Okay. Is that your ride?
Yeah, we were actually just already going. Okay.
Okay. I've got. I need to print off something for her real quick,
All right.
and take me 2 seconds.
Okay.
So you guys can hang out. I just want to print you off a copy of the warrant, Molly.
Is she allowed to?
What? That's Molly?
Absolutely. Yeah. Here's a copy of the search warrant.
Oh, God.
So here's what's
Oh, my
going to happen
God.
is
Hold
we
on.
send the blood off to get it tested.
Hold on. What kind of cigarette is Molly smoking? Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
Absolutely, yeah. Here's a copy of the search warrant, okay? So here's what's going to happen is we send the blood off to get it tested, okay? It is taking about 18 months to get the test results back.
18 months.
Ouch. Statute of limitations on DUI is 2 years. So you do the math.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we don't get the blood back before statute of limitations runs out. Okay. But that's what we have to wait on is the blood results. When we get them back, depending on what's in your blood and the stuff like that, the prosecutor will probably request charges for DUI. There's controlled substances in your blood.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, what?
They will, stuff like that, the prosecutor will probably request charges for DUI.
Dude, that's a camel. That's a camel. Let me see your camel toe, Molly.
Results. When we get them back, depending on what's in your blood and the stuff like that, the prosecutor will probably request charges for DUI.
Maybe it's in Newport. What's he smoking?
When we get them back, depending on
Ooh, what you got there, Dad?
what's in your blood and the stuff like that, the prosecutor will probably request charges for DUI.
College kids aren't smoking like they have like their vape pens and shit. You know what I mean? Wait a second, 18 months. Like, listen, we do blood tests, so like we can't even really give out DUIs because we have to wait for these blood tests to get back, and it's like 18 months. So guess what? Just drive drunk and smoking on because we can't do shit, or Pullman or wherever the fuck they're at. What's the date on 12/30, 2023, 12/30? This is when she went back. This doesn't even look like Molly. Molly, you have so many faces, girl. I got my eye on you, though, Molly.
There's controlled substances in your blood. Okay.
Molly, we know, though. You good, girl.
Okay. They will send you information to your address on record with Department of Licensing. Okay. So just make sure that's up to date as you move or anything like that.
You know where I am because I'm the dasher, so.
You're a dasher.
I'm a dasher. She just can't say it enough. I'm a dasher. I'm Prancer. I'm Vixen. Comet and Cupid.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm the dasher from the murder.
I'm the dasher. Wait a second.
Yeah.
You know where I am because I'm the dasher, so.
You're a dasher. Okay.
Well, no, I'm the dasher from the murder case. I'm the one that they're keeping quiet and kind of.
We're keeping her hiding, so.
Yeah, why are you telling me that? You spilled the beans to me.
I know.
Your secret's safe with me, okay?
Thank you.
Oh my God. Dude, what is going on? Ann Taylor, dude, I'm going to have to call your ass. Ann Taylor, you didn't know that any of this shit existed? They're keeping me quiet. I'm the dasher and dancer and prancer. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
Thank you for being cooperative, and I'm so sorry about the panic attack stuff. Like, I get it, okay? I'm sorry you went through it.
Now he's eating her ass because he's like, oh my God, this is like an eyewitness.
It wasn't my intention to make you suffer or anything.
Make you suffer? What were you doing to the poor girl?
If you want to go find some. Justin Stringer, Sabres, and I hooked him for DUI, but then long story short, I ended up kicking him loose. But he's going to help us with some stuff.
So it doesn't sound like she's supposed to be letting him drive it.
He's slinging dope. Right.
Wait, what the fuck is going on? What did I stumble upon? Translucent. This is some good shit finally.
My intention to make you suffer or anything. If you want to go find something. Justin Stringer, Sabres, and
Sabres. Is that like a gang affiliated name? I'm with the Sabres. Like what? Dude, what? Dude, I'm telling, I knew they were CIs, but like this is like outing the CIs right here.
I hooked him for DUI,
but
then long story short, I ended up kicking him loose. But he's going to help us with some stuff.
So
he's going to help us with some stuff. Oh my God, this is insanity. I kicked him loose. He's going to help us with some stuff. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. And what have you done? You know they were using CIs. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is sick. Bullshit right here. He's like pointing him out as it's like.
Oh, it doesn't sound like she's supposed to be letting him drive it.
He's slinging dope. Right.
He's slinging dope. Wait, what?
Letting him drive it.
He's slinging dope. Right. My Facebook girl, he was going to sell me meth and fentanyl.
Oh my God, he was going to sell me meth and fentanyl? What the fuck? Oh my God.
To be letting him drive it.
He's slinging dope. Right. My Facebook girl, he was going to sell me meth and fentanyl. So I'll let him think.
My guess is the dope's at home because she went to the store.
Yeah.
Just the ice cream and shit in the back.
For some reason, he didn't want us to look in it, but I don't know. Maybe she has some fentanyl in there or something. So.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I did. I'm getting searching anyway.
Yeah. So I'm done after this. So.
Oh boy. So Justin Stringer is their confidential informer, whom is also Molly's boss. She gets caught with stuff but doesn't get charged because she needs to falsify fake information that she apparently saw Brian Koberger at 11:22, and they openly admit on the body cam that she needs to be kept a secret from the defense. Welcome to Idaho, guys.
Translucent.
My 13-year-old daughter at the time, I caught her.
Hey there, true crime enthusiasts. Let's dive into a mind-bending theory that's got.
Why would you hide the fucking nuts in this video at the end here? Holy shit. Okay. Idaho Crime Lab told me to assume the body cam is always on. I love this person named Court. Come on down. Wow. There it is, guys. Ending with a big bang. I'm letting him think, blah, blah. Dude, what? I'm letting him think what? Dude, Molly doesn't look like she does drugs, though. Like, I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say, okay, she doesn't look like she. I would be thinking that. Okay, let me take a look at this dude. You got to see that his body cam is on. His fucking red light's on, man.
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
So.
And you're supposed to be told if you're on camera. And we're trying to keep her safe. You know, she's got to testify.
Okay. Is that your ride?
Yeah, we were actually just already going. Okay.
Okay. I've got. I need to print off something for her real quick.
All right.
And take me 2 seconds.
Okay.
So you guys can hang out. I just want to print you off a copy of the warrant, Molly.
Is he allowed to have a cigarette?
Absolutely. Yeah. Here's a copy of the search warrant, okay? So here's what's going to happen is we send the blood off to get it tested, okay? It is taking about 18 months to get the test results back.
Oh my God.
Statute of limitations on DUI is 2 years. So you do the math.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we don't get the blood back before statute of limitations runs out. Okay? But that's what we have to wait on is the blood results. When we get them back, depending on what's in your blood and the stuff like that, the prosecutor will probably request charges for DUI if there's controlled substances in your blood. Okay. They will send you information to your address on record with Department of Licensing. Okay. So just make sure that's up to date as you move or anything like that.
You know where I am because I'm the dasher, so.
You're a dasher. Okay.
Well, no, I'm the dasher from the murder case. I'm the one that they're keeping quiet and kind of.
We're keeping her hiding. So.
Yeah, why are you telling me that? You spilled the beans to me.
I know.
Your secret's safe with me, okay?
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you for being cooperative. And I'm so sorry about the panic attack stuff. Like, I get it, okay? I'm sorry you went through it. That wasn't my intention to make you suffer or anything. If you want to go find something. Justin Stringer, Sabres. And I hooked him for DUI, but then long story short, I ended up kicking him loose. But he's going to help us with some stuff.
So it doesn't sound like she's supposed to be letting him drive it.
He's slinging dope. Right. My Facebook girl, he was going to sell me meth and fentanyl. So I'll let him think.
My guess is the dope's at home because she went to the store.
Yeah.
Just some ice cream and shit in the back.
For some reason, he didn't want us to look in it, but I don't know. Maybe she has some fentanyl in there or something. So.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I did. I'm getting such a meeting.
Yeah. So I'm done after this. So.
Oh boy. So Justin Stringer is their confidential informer, whom is also
Informer. Informer. You know, this is something I can blame. I like it boom boom down. Oh my God. Informer. Oh, I got to do it for her. Here you go. Translucent from me to you. I'm going to rock out right here. That's all I got tonight. But Informer by Snow. Check it out.